can drown my sorrows, but I love that bitter taste. So I'm addicted to you. Visions of you. Come closer, 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 closer. Come closer, 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 closer. Visions of you.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Nebula RPG Cup, where I'm just about in frame from a hotel room in Vilnius. Joining me in that hotel room is LuckersTurbo. Joining us from slightly further afield is Mitry. And look, we're very excited to be doing this. There is €1,000 on the line tonight after what has been 6 weeks of excellent competition so far. Mitry, you were there for more of them than anyone else. How are you feeling about tonight?
Yeah, I was waiting for that, and I was also waiting for the map even more. The map is insane, so I really can't wait to see the players being actually trained a lot for most of them, at least I think. So yeah, grand finals gonna be great.
Yeah, it's going to be sick. Turbo, one of us is going to deafen the other by the end of tonight. I have no doubt. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, also, I've casted 4 of those qualifications. I've seen Scandi being in the mud multiple times. He has made it to the finals, and we also have 9 players playing today instead of 8 because there was a nice battle going on in the time attack, and it was a very good decision to make that we have 3 players picking from there instead of 2.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to see who's going to win it. I mean, we have favorites, we have underdogs, and I mean, with this format, I think, and also finals mode, everything can happen.
Yeah, that is correct. It is going to be cup mode for this grand finals, as Turbo has alluded to there. Points limit of 300 points and 9 players competing for it. We will be playing for the top 4 spots this evening because there is prize money for all 4 of those top 4 spots going. The 9 players are Scandir, Hazard, Raistlin, Morpeo, Ferry, Bola, Legu, Legu, Artis, and who was the 9th player? Was the other player who made it through time attack?
I think.
Who?
I think it's Tada, right?
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. I mean, he's in the server, and I'm
okay.
sure
If he's in the server, then yeah, he's probably him. Yeah, that sounds good.
But good memory actually from that.
Honestly, yeah, I'm kind of popping off with that. You know, haven't been drinking too much at Comic-Con Baltics just yet, but
we're just getting things started. I mean, we still have another day ahead of us, so the people who don't know who might just join from the Trackmania 2 community, firstly, welcome, of course. So we are in Vilnius, and there's a Trackmania 2020 competition happening right now with a prize pool of only €3,000.
That's true.
It has 5,000, 1,000 for the final, and we're here. We're casting. Tomorrow will be the grand finals. Also good to see good teams, and I mean, we have seen clean sweeps today.
Yeah,
I don't think there will be a clean sweep happening there. I would be surprised, but if anyone could do it, it would be Scandir.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I mean, Mitry, again, you've watched every week basically so far. Like, we're coming in tonight. Scandir is the favorite, right?
Yeah, most likely, but I think at this point anyone could really take it because most of them are really trained. Like if you look at the local records, which are basically the best times driven yet, I think 5 of them are within a second. There are actually equals to the 1,000 as well. So it's super close.
That's just for context as well. The world record on the map is somewhere in the 7-minute range. Is that correct?
Yeah, 7:13.2 by Wrestling.
Yeah, so for all of these times to be so close, for some of them to be the same down to the 1,000th, yeah, these guys are definitely they're coming in trained. They've been working on this map all week long. The map for tonight is, of course, one that was released a week ago. The players got their hands on it. It is going to be Atlantis, a map that me and Turbo, to be fair, we'll be discovering slightly as we go along here. What we do know about it, thanks to Mitry, is that it's big and it's an RPG map.
And I think it was also kind of already a riddle to install it and get it running, as I've seen both from Mitry and also from Patster, who's thankfully handing over the production. So thank you so much for that as well. And I think it's just a masterpiece. Just seeing the trailer, it's just so nice to see, and I think you will be stoked by the map as we see it. But also 7 minutes. That is 420 seconds of driving,
I
like,
know.
like
So long.
and it's like 0.25%
Playing cup
off.
mode.
So that's nothing. Like that's nothing at all. And I think it will all come down to like this very decisive last rounds
Yeah.
and who can handle the pressure then in the end and can call themselves a Nebula RPG Cup champion.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think probably in like the first round or so, Mitri, we'll stay relatively quiet and let you kind of explain the map as we go to people who are kind of
Okay.
tuning in, and to us as well, of course, as we start to figure out exactly what things look like on this map. As it's going to be very exciting. We should be getting underway very shortly, I imagine, as well. Players will be joining the lobby at this point. I can't see what's going on, and that's fun. I mean, that's very similar to what's going on in
They're
Comic Con
actually
Baltic.
driving the warm-ups right now with 3 minutes left,
Mm.
slightly less than that.
Yeah, true. Like I think you were alluding to like you don't know when the frame is on us.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Comic Con Baltics, we do not have a production feed, which means we basically have no idea what's going on stream at any given point.
Yeah, and that was also one of the huge things that I would like give as a feedback.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would really like a production feed. It's very useful. Padster, as has been said, very kindly providing us a production feed tonight. Mitri joining to provide all of the knowledge, and me and Turbo here to cause chaos in a hotel room from the middle of Vilnius. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Mitri, I'm going to ask you. I think a lot of us, we're saying Scandir likely to win, although anyone else could take it. To round out the top four, not necessarily in order, who else are you feeling?
Okay, who else, like, other than Skandir?
Other than Scandir in the top four.
Okay. So definitely Ferry.
Okay.
I would say Bola, he's been, I think, pretty much like the most consistent guy in the
Sure.
whole cup, basically. Racelin as well, when he's driving, is insane. Um,
What about Morpio?
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like I've asked for a top four, and you're about to list off like 6 of the 9 players.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Like,
Yeah,
the
understandable.
only like underdog I would say is Tada.
Yeah.
And also like Hazard is not driving, by the way. I just learned that. So yeah.
So did we. Twitch chat is informing us as we go that unfortunately Hazard is forfeited. So we're back down to 8 players, as it was always meant to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have said that Hazard would be the dark horse in this event.
For sure. Yeah.
He was also quite lucky to qualify, and also I think it was the 4th or 5th qualifier that we casted together, Mitri. He was quite lucky to also get into the top 3, if I remember that correctly. So he's always somewhere there, not really fast, but he can always do damage and be there at the right time, right place.
Yeah. So in the end, okay, my actual top 4, actually top 3, is gonna be Skandir, Racelin, and I'm gonna say Lego. I imagine
Lego is a good pick as well.
Yeah, I mean, Lego has obviously not just been grinding this map, but was grinding all of the maps, because Lego qualified through the time attack, one of 3 players to qualify through time attack to this grand finals. So has been playing a lot of RPG maps over the last kind of 2 or 3 weeks.
True that, actually. Yeah, I mean, also Lego. I've when I like had to spontaneously jump in for the 3rd step, I've seen a person with an ominous nickname, and I was like, "Yo, this guy is very fast." And Lego did really good on this map because he name changed. Mitri, you told me about that it's actually Lego. So happy to see that. Also, that his former teammate Paco plays this event as well. So Lego, young, still very young and very talented player. So he can do some damage. So putting him in the top 3 or top 4 is actually a good prediction.
By the way, we're starting right now. So
hell yeah. Padster! I can't see the game.
There you go.
Padster. We're into round 1. We're on Atlantis. It sure does look like we're starting on the outskirts of the lost city of Atlantis. And from there, Mitri, correct me if I'm wrong, we're going to climb all the way up into it.
Yeah, that's going to be... I mean, people will have time to see it because we're going to play many rounds tonight. But yeah, it's a pretty big uphill. Basically, if you don't know the map, it's it comes from the DLC of the latest, I think, Assassin's Creed's game. So if you've played that game, you should know the map.
Nope, I have not.
From what I've heard from many drivers, some parts can be slightly buggy because invisible rope and stuff.
Yeah,
so it's not like a super liked map to drive, but it's still pretty good.
It still looks great. And also it
Yeah,
is 7 minutes long. And I think that's the thing, right? Things that might be forgivable in terms of bugginess or something on a 1 minute or a 2 minute map even. Once you're 5 minutes into a run, people are a lot less forgiving.
But also look who's in the top battle right now. It is actually Lego, whose name is Yambi in here, fighting it out with Bolle and then also Scandia. And then we have Artis falling up very, very closely, but it's only half a second between them. So 1 minute elapsed, give or take, and it's still very close here for those first 50 points.
Yeah,
Morpheus
incredibly.
last. That's
Oh. Yeah,
I'm
he fell
actually
off.
expecting it. Like I don't think he trained as much as the others did, so not surprised. Oh, never mind. Ferry just fully crashed.
Yeah,
That's
a
the
little bit
classic.
unfortunate. The classic. But I mean, we're at a point now, 2 minutes into the track, where I mean, basically any even RPG track a lot of the time would already be wrapping up, especially for a competitive RPG track. And we are not even halfway through the track just yet. Just passing checkpoint 10. The top 5 are still separated by less than a second, it looks like on this one. It's just about a second, but the top 4 are separated by half a second. Incredibly strong performance so far from these players. They're looking great. Scandia appears to have retaken the lead as Raceland goes very low on that jump and does manage to climb up into 3rd place.
Yeah, very good approach from Raceland there. Scandia also with a very good comeback, give or take. He was a bit further behind, but Raceland, what a beautiful, like a lot of speed accumulated in this sector. Bolle falling a little bit behind here, but coming back, and all those small transitions, that is why it's so impressive that they're only 1 second apart in the records, as you were alluding to before. And already Raceland jumping very far to the left, still gets through. Scandia still leading, and Bolle as well as Raceland with a mistake. I think, yeah.
Damn. Scandia's leading, as no one's surprised to hear.
That's true, yeah. I mean, he's not leading by much, is definitely the impressive thing so far. Bolle very close behind, and then, of course, Jean and Raceland right behind. I will say, I mean, the Legu name change does make sense. He's changed his name from Leg to Leg in French. And, I mean, it's a Trackmania event, so you go with the French name, it makes you quicker.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
he is French, so that's like the whole...
That'll also do it, yeah.
But look at the speed here from Scandia as well. Gaining a lot, and also very good landing there. But also Bolle got it very good. Not too far behind here still. Legu falling a bit behind, 0.6 of a second it is. But we're only halfway through, so this is still anyone's game for the lead. One mistake could even send you down to like last position here.
Yeah. 2/10.
Bolle has been known as the second guy. He's always like rarely first, but if anyone make a mistake, then he's always there. He's super consistent. Not the fastest, but always like super consistent. And I think the longer the map, the better it is to drive like that. So
yeah, absolutely.
I think he can do great.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, he's not even waiting for the mistake. I mean, he's just forced his way past Scandia and has been applying pressure all round long. 4 minutes now, over halfway through the track, no slide from Scandia, and he's nearly into the wall. Having to return just to get speed for the next section is what I'm assuming is going to happen here. Yeah, that's absolutely the case. Now, that's going to be a big time loss for Scandia, who is now 5 seconds behind the lead through that checkpoint. Bolle leading the way and 2 seconds clear of anyone else. Still has a minute and a half of driving left to go, nearly 2 minutes of driving left to go, but looking very good at the moment out front.
Yeah, unusual mistake there from Scandia, getting a no side. I've seen that quite often for him on some of the maps, but a 5-second time loss is a lot with a speed check coming up after this. Bolle also with a mistake, so it is Legu taking the lead. So a small clip there. I haven't spotted it that much. Mitri, have you seen what happened to Bolle?
He risked like a jump a little too much and just clipped his back wheel. He was fine, but then like lost 2 seconds basically.
Oh, look at the fight for the first position. Raceland also in there. It's so close, and we still have 2 minutes left of driving. Bolle going a bit too high, but accumulating more speed in this sector. But it is Legu right now in the lead.
Yeah, Legu holding onto that lead for dear life. Being chased! That is Bolle going face first into the wall, not ripping on the magnet. It is going to be a respawn. Bolle will lose a lot of time from that one as well. Has dropped a long way down. It hasn't shown on the leaderboard just yet because we've yet to even find another checkpoint. But as soon as we get there, here we go. It is Jean in first place. Legu leads the way, but only 2/10 behind. Raceland's right there along with him. And you can see even slightly further down the leaderboard, it continues to be close. I think that's Artis in third and Scandia in fourth.
Oh, what a good approach there from Rayson as well. Coming a little bit closer there and having a bit more speed. No, that's a magnet landing. And I thought that he would gain a bit more there, but that wasn't the case. And let's see who risked it more in the ending. We have 1 minute left of driving. And I'm also interested to see the times as well, because the run was, of course, very clean, but we still have seen some time losses happening. And, well, Rayson pushing here to the absolute maximum.
Yeah, and Artis with all those crashes, I don't think anyone expects him to be in the top places, but somehow by saving, he's gonna get some good points. Third place is pretty good.
Oh, yeah,
Unless
exactly. I mean,
Skandir is risking just behind him though.
I mean,
He might
Skandir we
be
saw lose 5 seconds and is now 3.7 seconds down from the lead. Is pretty impressive stuff from Skandir as well. Obviously, the lead has changed. Bole had that lead and has dropped further back. But I mean, Skandir is on a tear, has gained 0.5 in that last checkpoint alone. Has dropped back a little bit again in that last checkpoint, but we'll keep an eye on Skandir gaining on Artis in this battle up front for first and second, and a battle for third and fourth just behind as well, as we are coming towards the end of the map as well. Let's jump back up to first place just to see who gets across the line first in this one. Legu sits just behind Raceland as we are coming around what must be surely the last few tricks, the last few corners. If you want to make a push, Legu, the time is now, but Raceland is just extending that lead, carrying a lot of speed. Oh, that's great speed from Legu through that corner. Has closed the gap considerably. It's down to about a car length around these last few corners, but not enough time on the track as Raceland will win the first round. Skandir does manage to overtake Artis for fourth place.
But look how close it is here. 5 seconds between first and fifth place. That is like one mistake, one no slide that happened to Skandir, where he lost those 5 seconds, but also gives us an outlook of what Skandir is able to do. Third position, still 31 points. And you can see the first position, 12 points of a gap to second. That's really where you want to be in. Morpio getting only 13 points. And we have only a place on the server because Hazard is not playing. We already were alluding it to before. And we go into round number 2 here already. Point limit is 300 points, and then you have to win 1 more round to win or get second, third, or fourth position.
The clean sweep for Skandir, already denied. Will not just be a 7-round night for Skandir. He's going to have to play a little bit longer than 7 rounds if he wants to walk away from this one with the lion's share of the prize money. But there is still a lot of Trackmania left to be played, and it was a great start for Legu. I mean, listen, Mitri, you were saying Legu potentially on for tonight, and he drove a great round last round.
Yeah, he's been training a lot, and he's a great GM player overall. So yeah, I think he definitely has his chances.
Yeah, I think what could also happen if that people respawn too early on checkpoint 2, that would be something that I would do. But also Legu clipped the start and now made another mistake just when I speak about that. But he clipped the start slightly with his roof and got like a weird landing where his back kind of bounced like to the road, and he got away with that. But now, of course, is behind. Rayston doesn't slow down here. I'm not sure if he can catch the backwards gear here, but it seems to be good for Rayston there. I'm not sure if I said Lego, but I meant Rayston. And he is on third position still. Morpio, however, after a poor first round, is in the lead.
Yeah, Legu again is dead last, but he's like 2 seconds behind Tada, I mean. And it's not that bad because it sounds like a lot, but the map is 7 minutes long, so he should be fine. I don't think he's going to finish last.
Yeah, that was it. We saw in the last round, right? Like, I mean, Skandir's mistake was a 5-second mistake. A 2-second mistake is nothing. Skandir made a 5-second mistake and still finished in third place.
But 10 seconds? I mean, the gap between first and fifth was 5 seconds.
That's true.
I mean, we don't know how this round will pan out, how much individual players are going to push here, because it is very messy. And in those kind of situations, if there is 5 players in between, like 0.3 of a second, someone pulls the trigger and maybe another one, and then it could result into a respawn here for the 50 points.
Yeah, I was going to ask Mitri, I mean, for you, right, if you are in this kind of group of maybe 3 players, at what point do you stop playing safe and start playing risky for the win?
I think, if you're honest with yourself and you still think you have a chance to win, then I don't think you should even save ever in the first place. Just go for it.
Yeah,
but maybe it's too early, like 2 minutes 30 into the map.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So you just kind of you wait a little bit. You see if any of the mistakes come out. You know, because if you start to lose, if you lose half a second, right, at 5 minutes with 2 minutes still of driving to go, you can start to be like, all right, full risk. But I see where you're coming from as well, Mitri. That maybe that's too late. You know, half a second could be, you have to risk too hard if you leave it that late, and you end up crashing more likely then.
And then maybe getting
like people just don't crash, and then you feel like an idiot just being the only guy saving.
Yeah, and then maybe getting that safe third position in comparison to maybe like then 6-7, because this point repartition is very punishing. But Skandir right now finding himself in the lead, overtaking here, and I think it was Morpio.
Yeah, Morpio had
a little significantly behind.
Yeah, he dropped a bit. I mean, look, in terms of mistakes you could make on this RPG map that is 7 minutes long, losing a second, I think basically Morpeo lost there, is definitely not the end of the world. But even still, that little bit of a loss of speed that he had from the clip that he had has kind of snowballed a little bit here.
And now he's out.
Yeah, and now he's full crashed. It was just trying to push, trying to regain that speed, and has ended up crashing completely. So dropping a long way down the order. And that's also something I guess we haven't really talked about, is the fact that, yeah, mistakes snowball, especially in a map like this.
Yeah, I had the exact same thought as you. Like, mistakes snowball, you have different speed for other parts coming up as well. And maybe also Skandia thought twice now about this Neo slide that he failed previously, but now he makes it count and makes it possible, is in there as well, and coming closer to Ferry, who is leading. So a new leader we see here right now. So good to see Ferry also in there. Bolo on fourth, not too far behind either. And then we have Tada playing kind of the safe card, 2.5 seconds behind, wants to get that fourth or maybe even better position.
I think Tada, like Tada's main card is to just keep safing.
Yeah.
But like, I think there are too many insane players in the servers that you just cannot afford to save too much. That
was so good from Racing.
Yeah,
he kept so much speed through there. That was crazy.
Oh my! Also the magnet trigger, like holy, this was
Bolo fully crashed.
Yeah. So, Bolo is out then on third position. I mean, he has gotten some okay points in the previous round. No, wait, he also crashed there, no, didn't he?
He did. I think he was.
Yeah, he just did, but like somehow he had enough speed to make the jump, so he didn't lose too much. But I don't know how he kept enough speed.
Yeah, I do love this. You know, we're following the leaders on the main broadcast, and then Mitry is our reporter in the field, telling us what's going on with the rest of the field. It's great. It's a good dynamic.
I think Ferry got a slowdown.
Yeah, he's not the only one. Many people behind, like both Tada and Bola, both got the same slowdown.
Oof. Damn. This battle up front, though, I mean, Ferry theoretically got a slowdown, but he appears to have turned it into a speed up, because we have 3 cars wheel to wheel up at the front at the moment. It's starting to separate. After nearly 6 minutes of driving, there is less than half a second separating all 3 of these cars. It's down to 3/10 after that, as Raceland is looking for a second round win in a row at the moment, and Ferry and Skandir are just scrapping it out for second place and the 38 points to go along with it behind them.
But Ferry with good speed over in this sector here tries to push, but Rayston having to readjust, having to release a bit, but still getting a good landing here. And also so many direction changes in this part. And we see different lines here. Ferry going for that sneaky jump. Good setup there as well, having good speed. Great approach there into this turn. And this will all come down to the last minute. Good approach here from Rayston. Ferry gets stuck for a little there and loses half a second, but this is still anyone's game for the top. But maybe the track is running out here very soon for Ferry to take home 50 points. It could be Rayston going up to 100 points already.
Yeah, I mean, look, Skandir's not out of it just yet either. I mean, he did drop a little ways behind, but he's only kind of, you know, still half a second behind these 2 up in front. They're pushing really hard right now. Ferry especially has regained so much time over the last couple of minutes of this map, now leading the way with about 30 seconds remaining in the track, and looking to fend off both Raceland and Skandir, which in an RPG competition, those are not the 2 names I'd want hunting me down.
Oh, good line from Skandir there as well, trying to push a little bit more, but it's still only 0.03 of a second there between Rayston and Ferry, but Ferry makes a mistake. Skandir coming closer, Ferry with a wider approach. This will all come down to the last couple of turns after 7 minutes of driving. Who's gonna win this round? Will it be Rayston again? Ferry with a good line. It's not much speed, but it's Rayston in the lead. 0.05 of a second. It's 0.1 after 7 minutes and 14 between, like, sometimes those rounds are close on a 1 minute map, but they're going 7 times the length. What a round.
All 3 of them basically rounded the final corner together. It was just, you know, who had a slightly wider line, who had a little bit more speed. I mean, Raceland went in with maybe, you know, half a car's length in front of the other 2. But yeah, 7 and a bit minutes into driving, and they're rounding the final corner of the track together. That's insane. I want to give huge credit to Ferry in particular there. I mean, because Scandir and Raceland were a second or so, I feel like, ahead of Ferry going into the last 3 minutes. And Ferry just pushed. Ferry just drove out of his mind in those last couple of minutes.
But you could have also seen Scandir pushing to oblivion there.
Yes.
Like crazy.
And see, that's what I meant earlier. Like Bola probably was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna save those 2 first minutes," but then the dudes,
Yeah,
they all drive a second away from WR. Like
yeah,
I don't think you want to save at all if you actually want to win the cup.
yeah.
Just fully
Hey,
risk it.
Mitry, you're on the winning side of history here. I'm a believer now.
Yeah. And now Lego gets a great start. I mean, he is kind of the bigger loser of this round, and he lost significant points. And I think we have Rayston with a big cushion already. I think it was like something like 38 points, 30-ish points, something along those lines. So that looks great for him, but we only 1/3 through, and then you only activate finalist mode. But this is incredible. Like, I'm so happy that I'm casting this one alongside you guys. Like, really, it's so good.
You just said it there, and like I knew it, right? But I hadn't internalized it yet. Finalist mode is going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Imagine this round as finalists that we have seen before.
Yeah, right. Like easily, you could have
Sorry,
three of those on
neighbors.
finalists together. Yeah, yeah, Christ. Yeah, whatever time we end up at here. Listen, I may not have a hotel for day 3 of Comic Con Baltics.
Well, you can crash in my room. They don't know that it was me.
Yeah, sneak out.
That's fine. You just sleep on the floor.
Everyone
me.
thought about Skandir clean sweeping, but
Yeah.
right now Raceland is popping off.
Also, could we maybe see the scoreboard real quick? Where is Skandir actually?
Yeah.
He's second with 62
Oh,
points.
62. Okay, he's still second. Wow.
I mean, you can also say like the points drop off from like 1st to 4th place in rounds is so brutal. I mean, Raceland has picked up 50 points twice. If you come second, you only get 38. If you come third, you're only getting 31. By the time you're down to 4th, you're basically getting half the points already of 1st place.
Yeah, that's so significant of a point drop here. The point repartition really playing an important role here. But at the end, if you get denied the finalist mode, and this will probably happen, I mean, unless Racing is just continuing this, but right now he drops a bit behind before the bug slide, 0.7 of a second. Also, Ferry joins in the mix for the top 3 battle, but look at the fight between Bolle and Legu. They're not giving any inch here, and they're trying their best, but it is Legu not with the best landing here, losing 0.05 to 1/10 of a second, but that's the range that we're speaking about. It's like
whatever.
those marginal mistakes just make such a big impact on some of those runs.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, I guess I'm saying like, whatever, he's lost, very little in the course of the 7-minute run, but it came down to those margins last time around.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 500s it was literally one poor, or like not poor drift, but one adjustment.
Yeah.
One small adjustment. It's nothing.
Right now, Raceland, who has won the first 2 rounds, is sitting in 4th place. However, I will say that 2 of the 3 players in front of him have been players who it looks like, Lego and Bolla in particular, have been pushing maybe slightly beyond what they're capable of pushing in some previous rounds.
Or feeding the nerves.
Ooh, wall hit from Raceland. I'm not sure. That felt like a readjustment rather than a line he was always going for deliberately.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how like the names at the top of the rounds always change.
Yeah,
This
true.
one was Legu, Raceland, and Bola. Now Ferry's in as well.
yeah.
Clear's now
Yeah.
dead last. Like somehow I don't know what happened, but he's dead last.
Yeah,
Morpio
I mean,
as well is
Scander's been up
far.
there. Yeah, Morpio was up there a little bit at the start of the last round. I mean, Tada, we were talking about, was sitting kind of 4th for a lot of the last round as well. It's definitely these players are really good. Artis as well has also been driving quite well. He just hasn't quite been on the pace of the top kind of runs so far.
Yeah, I think Morpio just didn't get really the runs through that he anticipated to get going into the tournament. But now Lego also clipping, doesn't get the penalty. We're not in Trackmania 2020, of
That's
course,
true.
but losing a significant portion of his speed, roughly like 2 seconds. And now it is Racing going into 3rd position. Bolle right now being in the lead for quite a bit, I would say like 2 minutes, so having a bit of room to breathe. But there's a player behind who is howling, his brother. He can probably feel the pressure in the apartment that they're both in right now, probably just playing. And well, Bolle is getting attacked by his brother Ferry. Ferry into the lead now.
We do know. I mean, Ferry in the back half of the map last round, so quick, so aggressive, was able to get the catch up done. The question is, yeah, can he do it again? I mean, how many rounds can you get away with that in RPG? He's going so low. He gets the grip so early, but Ball is still holding on,
good
was
line.
still holding on, does have a little touch again. As you said, you don't get the full acceleration penalty in this game compared to Trackmania 2020, but you do still lose speed, and Bolla gets speed checked out of his mind seconds later.
Yeah, so Bola had a similar part to Rayson in comparison to the last round, and now he's in the lead yet again. So a respawn there for Ferry is very costly. He could have taken that secured second, third position. Bola barely gets the magnet, but that was definitely a slowdown. So we have again the leader by the name of Rayston looking absolutely fantastic tonight. 150 points could be on his account, but Bolle is still chasing down. 0.2 of a second it is, and less than 2 minutes of driving left. Oh my, this will be all in this ending. Who is willing to push more? It definitely should be Bolle, but of course risking also could end up in a respawn. Oh, that's so much speed as well. Oh my god.
Oh,
Ball
he's
is like risking his life basically.
Yeah, it's worked. He's through to the lead, and the lead is extending because he exited with a lot of speed through this section where you really can carry it for a little while. And Raceland has now managed to kind of re-equalize that speed. It's back to a little bit even, but Bolla has built up just over the course of that section a couple of tenths of a lead. Just over a minute left. That's a wall hit from Raceland. Will lose a couple more tenths on that section and needs to go a little bit safer through this section. Bolla with that risky jump line that we did see through there on the last round as well. Does gain a little bit of speed, does keep you a little bit
1
further
second.
ahead, as it is now already up to a 1 second advantage for Bolla trying to hold off Raceland.
Yeah, so he should not thought through or go second thinking into this sector. He should just play it rather safe. Of course, you cannot fully break and do pull a Marius. You can just maybe go a bit safer in some of those sections where you don't have to full send it. But Rayson catching up a bit here, 0.6 of a second it is. And I think this will be the first round when going to Bolle, unless something bad happens to him in the ending. But it looks good. Good quarter pipe jump there as well. But Rayston will be another winner of this round, getting a lot of points yet again.
Yeah, Bola for the first time, a bit of success because he's been pretty unlucky for the two previous rounds.
Rayston with a
did he lose?
respawn. Oh
He had
no.
he had about a 3.5 second advantage over Tada behind, but I think he's lost an awful lot more than 3.5 seconds just there. It'll be Tada moving up into second place. I believe, yeah, that'll be Tada.
Wow,
crossing
what?
the line in second. Artis comes home in third.
7:18.
Raceland still holds on to fourth. Lost about 13 seconds in that crash. Still holding out in front of Ferry though, who is held to a fifth place and a 7:13 for Bolla up at the front, who drove a great round.
Yeah, and Skandir probably doesn't know how to drive this part or just wants to take a little bit of a chill pill, wants to regain his focus, and it's like, come on, I got this. But also, Legu again with a weak finish here. It is actually Skandir not finishing. Not sure why he is going for the DNF. No idea. He goes with a minus, but he should definitely take those points though. But if we know it, Skandir is also able to just win 5 rounds in a row. This could be a possibility.
I mean, I've also seen Skandir on, mini RPG of the week on a week when he just is like, I don't like this map, and he just exits in like 70th place. It is a small part of the Skandir experience. It's not one that comes out very often. It usually doesn't come out in a pre-practiced competition, but I think he is definitely. We probably need to see a good round for Skandir in the next couple of rounds for him to kind of get back on an even keel.
And also not losing his momentum then, or like just his mental, I would say,
Yes.
because he is very mentally driven, I would say, in this regard. But right now, 0.2 ahead. Very good start into this PF sector, where Bolle is on second place, Rayson and Morpio as well, but also Tada getting that second position. I really want to talk about that because he just drove safe, and in some of those rounds it would have not even been enough to be in the top 4, and he got second with that. So that's huge points for the German player.
Yeah, he's probably very happy to finish in second. I don't think he even expected that to ever happen, honestly. But hey, he trained, so it's paying off right now.
he trained and like he was what he finished 4 seconds behind, I think, ultimately first place. Like a 7:16 is still, you know, pretty solid time in rounds for this. Like it's definitely, yeah, there could be a round where you drive a 7:16 and it is fifth place, absolutely, with the players that are in this server, you know. But like it's a respectable time for rounds, even driving a little bit safely, I feel.
Yeah, I think it's a good approach, and Tada probably opts for this approach rather than maybe going out of his comfort zone like Bolle did in some of those rounds, for example, and then going for that respawn. Maybe he just saves it here and there, goes for some comfortable lines, but we also see another mistake now from Skandir, and I think he's in the mud.
It does, yeah, that drive directly off the nearest cliff is it is saying mud. Tada, the safe is not safe enough, will have a crash of his own, exits the top four for the moment as well. And will be still trying to chase down Lego. He's not far outside the top four, but he's most definitely outside it for the moment, as it is very much a top 1 of 1 at the moment. Bolle is about a second ahead of anyone else, like, again, as you say. And this is the question. I mean, I think what we've seen at Mitry as well is, you know, the player gets out in front, you know, someone gets out to about a second's lead, and they stop risking, and the players behind, they have room to gain a second quite easily.
Yeah, and they are themselves in a battle, like for top 2. Ferry and Raistlin are just battling for that right now, so it's always gonna be. I don't think Bolle should stop safing right now. I think it's just
he cannot.
has to keep risking.
Exactly. Yeah.
We still have like 4.5 minutes left of racing, and I mean he has a 1 second lead, but if you save it here and there, it will like
evaporate. You have 4 minutes of driving to go. I mean, 1 second of a lead is not enough to start safing. Absolutely.
Your time will be empty.
Oh, it is.
Again, the wallbang from Rayston. Yeah, you have a good landing there. So maybe that's just one sacrifice that he makes. Oh, but then Clips there losing a bit of time. Fortunately, there's a 180 turn followed up by a roof hit coming up after that, but still losing like 0.2 to 0.3 of a second. Good turnaround. Bugside input there. Well done from Rayston, but it's 2 seconds between first and third right now, and also Ferry, I think, did not have the most amount of speed in this section, so this lead will even be bigger now for Bolle. But the brothers, first and second, they look very good, especially Bolle, the man of the last 2 rounds. Very nice.
Yeah, Morpio is not feeling it right now.
Yeah.
3 rounds, 3 big mistakes. He's definitely not where he wants to be.
Skandir as well.
Lego as well is dead last. I mean, yeah, Skandir just retired straight up, but yeah.
Skandir, Lego, and Morpio, they are kind of out of this.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, 3 names that a lot of the time, you know, you kind of talk about RPG competition, and they are, especially Skandir and Morpio, are names that you reckon are going to be up there, are going to be doing incredibly well, but not having a night of it tonight, not having a great time at all. And I mean, there's people stepping up to fill the gap. The times from Bolle, from Ferry, from Raistlin have been really good. Tada is driving his own race, and sure, he may not be driving the type of race that is going to win him the first place tonight, but Tada, I would say, is looking okay to get into the prize money.
Yeah, it could definitely be a shot. And I mean, I've not seen too much from I think it was Artis as well.
Artis,
I mean, he's okay. He's somewhere around, but he's also falling behind Bolle and Ferry getting those points. Bolle now clipping here, so Ferry will go into the battle for the lead. Has more speed here as well into this sector. Really feels like you really have to commit to that turn to gain a lot of time. But Bolle still on there, still going neck to neck with his brother. Great speed there as well. It's 1 car length between them, not even that. 5 minutes. We still have more than 2 minutes left to be cleared on this map, and it's just a back and forth between them.
Yeah, interesting different lines there through that section. The turnaround that they went through, Ferry went much tighter, Bolle going wider for speed, but given the jump, you land in a drift directly after the turnaround. Going for extra speed really doesn't get you all that much extra speed overall. And so Bolle doesn't really close the gap for Ferry by trying to take more speed through that section. Ferry holding onto the lead for the moment, and just behind, well, I say just behind, it's over a second behind at the moment. Raistlin sitting in 3rd place, Tada behind him, and from there the gap down to 5th is massive.
And it's again Tada.
Yeah, Tada.
I was gonna say that.
Forward.
Yeah, Tada is in a pretty comfortable place right now. I don't think he can overtake anyone, but no one can overtake him. So he's just there, driving, chill, free 4th place. So like, I think he's happy with that.
So Mitri, you think like the mental game already plays a huge role now going into like round 4 and also now ongoing, that players are already like not mentally giving up, but like, I do not have a shot, because like those first, like the second round was so close. Also the first round was like 4 seconds between, I think, the top 5. But now, like, the gaps are all over the place.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can see with Skandir, he's probably seen by everyone as the better player, but he's just weak mental. Just made him retire.
Very full crashing there. I mean, he's recovered it. He has managed to keep driving, so we'll hold on to second place, it looks like, for the moment at least, in front of Raceland. But the gap back to Raceland is not very big. It's not a comfortable gap, even though we are coming towards the end of the track now. That should be a big enough gap to hold off a push from Raceland, but it does mean that Ferry cannot afford any more mistakes. It means Bolle through into first place as well, looking to have picked up an awful lot of points in the last few rounds. You can see him there in front of Ferry, rounding these last few corners. It's a good transition from Ferry just there, but Bolle got good speed out of it as well. The gap is closing a little bit. Ferry no sliding around that corner means he does just get to full speed, carry a lot of speed through, has closed the gap to Bolle, but we round the final corner. Bolle takes first, his brother follows his taillights into second, and Raceland comes home just behind him in third. Tada around the final corner takes another fourth place, and honestly I think he'll be happy enough. And hey, as much as we're saying Skandir maybe the mental a little bit gone, he is at least in chat cheering on everyone else. You know, he's happy that everyone else is driving well.
Yeah, and he's also happy to be here, just like a golden retriever, right? I'm just happy to be here. You know, I don't care if I get for first, last, or whatever. He just enjoys the competition, right? In a bit of an unorthodox way, I would say, because usually you would not just jump off the track. You would try to get some points, but hey, that's fine as well. And also Legu again, the third, like, I think, like, bottom 4 position for him in a row after a very good first round, and now only 6th place. 16 points for him, so he drops further down the line. And look, Bolle 12 points away from Raceland. We're almost halfway through, coming into the finalist mode, of course. That still has to be cleared, so it's still anyone's game. But I think we see a tendency of who reaches the finalist mode first, and also who might just be in contention to win it.
Yeah, can we just pull up the scoreboard again there, Padster, while we're actually in the start of this round? As it's Raceland just over halfway to the 300 points, but with Bolle right there as well. I mean, you can see how much Bolle has gained from those couple of good rounds. And then Ferry and Tada. I mean, Tada is right there as well. Tada, surprise, he's here. The consistency is paying off.
Yeah,
and if you look at the second page, you can actually see Morpio and Skandir being the 2 last players, which is something no one would have bet on.
Yeah. If we pull Padster, I'm sorry, a second request has just hit the broadcast. Can we go down to the second page, please? Does Padster know how to work the TM2?
Yeah, he does.
He does, yeah, okay. Sorry, Padster. Yeah, I mean, you can see almost 100 points behind the leader, Morpeo and Skandir.
But also Artis in this way, 98 points.
He's not far behind.
Not too bad either, and he kind of placed the Tada in this match as well.
Yeah.
And then Bolle, of course, you know, just being the unstoppable force, the biggest winner here. 145 points for him, and another great start again, finding himself in the lead. Now with Morpio, though, who's in dire need of points.
It has to be said. I mean, if you pick up a first place in any row,
okay,
double
worked.
respawn.
This
yeah,
worked,
okay.
actually. This worked.
Well, I say double respawn. That is just respawn in TM2, and it is instant. So yeah, it works.
It worked really good, actually. Like, he probably even not gain time, but he didn't lose a lot. Maybe like 0.2.
He might have gained time. He is ahead now.
That's very, very nice there.
I wonder, was that deliberate? We'll keep an eye on Morpio if he's up front again in later rounds, see if that is a deliberate strategy. But yeah, the point I was making is a single first place, 50 points. You know, I mean, it would jump Skandir or Morpeo right up over 100 points immediately, right?
But
like, I mean, they'd start to look significantly closer with 1 round win.
But does their mental care about that? Like,
it might.
Yeah, I mean, Skandir's right there, right? But
yeah, Morpeo's winning.
But he's like the glass cannon build, just buying an AWP, having the $4,750, and just going middle on Dust 2 and just trying to snipe someone, and then he gets a headshot from like.
If it works, it works. Then it might work is the thing, you know. Like we said we're starting to see the vision maybe of what our finalists look like, who gets there first, but we still have a long way to go. And if someone wins, we've had Raceland win a couple of rounds in a row, we've had Bolle win a couple of rounds in a row. If either Skandir or Morpeo wins a couple of rounds in a row, that picture changes really quickly.
But what I then think, before I hand it over to you, Mitri, is like if Skandir just finishes those rounds where he DNFs, like those are at least like 25 points that he would have more on his line, and that's a lot. That's almost 10% of the way you need to go to the finals mode. So I think DNFing like how serious you take it or not, if you just want to be there or not, I think that's just not a good thing to do. So Skandir should just play and finish those rounds because he has the pace. He can also win 5 rounds in a row, of course, but I think you don't want to make it up for this at the end.
Okay, Mitri, I'm going to ask you a question following on from that because I have a theory here. Is it better to just DNF the round to try and mental reset so you can actually try and win another round and throw those 10 points away?
Nah, I think that's the worst idea you could ever have. I think just like if
Okay.
you're tilted, just drive around and do whatever the car does and like be fine with it. Just forgive this one. Just at least I don't know, get like 3 points is better than 0, you know. So
Yeah,
just
every
like
point
go
matters.
chill for 1 round.
More
More PO full respawn though. I was
Yeah.
gonna talk about him and like he's known as being the guy that never tilts, but
Yeah.
right now maybe he is tilted because nothing is going his way. It seems like.
Yeah, true that. It's nothing going his way, but also, I mean, I know this feeling when you have a run and you're not satisfied with it, and then you're like, yeah, it could have been so much more, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. But then you just need to go out of this kind of hole that you you have digged, right?
It's the mental thing of, well, if I'd just driven world record pace, I would have world record right now.
And 50 points.
And 50 points. Like, that's, God, why couldn't that have happened to me? And you can list off all of the landing bugs, you can list off all of the transitions, everything that didn't quite go your way. But, I mean, look, the end result of everything that has happened so far in this round is that we have a top 2. It's Bola and Raceland. They're wheel to wheel. I mean, these two are driving incredibly well.
Yeah, and I also think that this will be the battle for this first position tonight.
It feels like
as, I think Skandir also seeing that he writes minus in the chat or someone goes, yeah, fucking land bug or whatever. You're just dealing with the wrong things at this moment because those things can happen, but they can happen to everybody. It just also a little bit of luck, of course, being involved, but you just have to just stay focused and just get those points. And at the end, Skandir made a mistake. Imagine he would have jumped off. He would have not been third. And that's 31 points.
There is a tortured pun in Twitch chat right now. Bola the bulwark.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I appreciate the effort. I love a good tortured pun, but that is, we're stretching.
I mean, this joke worked.
Yeah,
because of the bulwark worked kind of.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Damn,
okay. I see where you're going with
this must be suspect.
Yeah, absolutely. No, because Worker's not playing. That's a different player.
yeah, true that.
Okay, one thing I wanted to say though, people are complaining about land bugs and stuff, but they're usually pretty
minor, right?
Yeah, and also you can avoid them if you know where to land and stuff and where to drift and stuff. So like if you just trained more, the odds are gonna be I mean actually like the odds of landing somewhere you shouldn't be landing are slimmer. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I also over the course of like a 7-minute map, right? Like the odds I feel are high that in any given round, like 7 out of 8 players are going to have a minor land bug somewhere. You know, that there's going to be something that they're not happy about with their run. So yeah, like it very much comes back to the mental thing we were talking about again. Just drive your run. Don't let one thing snowball into the next. Sometimes, you know, the snowball that we're talking about is you have low speed, you can't make the transition the way you're used to, and yeah, that's the physical snowball that happens. Sometimes it's a mental snowball. It's just one mistake causes you to do something dumb, and that's the one that you really do have control over.
But also Ferry, he made that mistake in the previous round here in this sector, and he just kept on going, right?
Yep.
But one thing that I also want to talk about is in Trackmania Nations, you have those very consistent land bugs. You know where they are on what block, kind of. I mean, I created a feeling for that when I played a lot of Nations. But here on those maps, you have custom blocks. Of course, you know where the connection points are, where you usually get those bugs. It can be a bit harder to memorize them and know them because you always land somewhere slightly different, and also a very good time from Racing here. So winning another round, Bola getting second, Skandir on third, but it can be hard to get all of them around, especially with 1 week of practice. Oh, and look at
I
this
can see it
Lego
coming,
again.
just like last time. Skandir fully trolling, and then when it comes to
The winning
finishing
anyway.
first, he's just gonna match fix again.
Yeah. He's just gonna, the PayPal accounts are gonna start buzzing on everyone's desk. You know, their phones are gonna be going off. Money has been transferred.
But if someone is able to do that, then it's definitely Skandir. And also Tada with a poor finish here, 8th position, 748. Definitely not his round, but also Legu again, 16 points. More PO as well. Ferry only getting 22 points. And then we again have the same card here in the top 4 position. Archie's getting good points here as well. And, well, it's still the leader here of the race. It is none other than Raceland. So 200 points have been surpassed. Let's go into round number 6.
Sure.
6, right?
Might be.
It's a 6 round, is it? Yeah, it's 6. 1, 2, yeah, 6.
Yeah, that tracks. Absolutely.
Monkey has banana.
Monkey has. Listen, Turbo has been playing brain rot at me all week.
It's not brain
It is
rot.
the opposite of brain rot. It is educational,
Yeah.
but it's educational brain rot.
My team name is not Tralalero Tralala.
Yeah, Christ. Yeah. Did they get knocked out today? They did get knocked out today,
Of
right?
course, dude.
Yeah,
Zinc was absolutely hammered yesterday.
Yeah, live from Comic-Con Baltics, where we have Italian brain rot team names, and also people were, That's a crash. Ferry's gonna have a rough time of it, and is just now behind Morpeo as well, as they are a long way down from the rest of the field. Again, a close fight to start things off in this opening minute. We'll see the field start to separate themselves out over the course of the next minute or two as well. But as always, Raceland and Bola are up here fighting for the win, although that will take a couple of them out of it as well. I think that was Legu, it looked like, with a little bit of a crash. Yeah, he's dropped completely out of the top 4 right now. But it's Raceland and Scandir sitting 1-2, and Bola is just behind.
And Morpio again. Like, what is going on? Oh, Scully just respawned. But like, Morpio hasn't had a single good round.
I think we have another DNF. I'm not sure what that was from Scandir's side, but it looked very, very funky. Like,
Oh no, he's
you know,
okay.
it was like a dry-aged steak that is maybe a bit too long in there.
Yeah.
That's the funkiness we talk about. That is very, very weird what has happened there. But I think he has, I think he has DNF, no?
No, he's
at
driving,
checkpoint.
but he
He is
crashed
driving.
and
Checkpoint.
didn't respawn for like
It's a
10
long way
seconds.
down. Yeah.
Just opening the door, maybe his pizza arrived or something. I don't know.
He
He
put
just-
the controller
he
down,
just
opened
watches-
the window, looked
just
at the
plays-
sunset.
You know what? I have a theory. He plays with one hand now, watches the others at the same time he eats, and then he's like, yeah, okay, when is everybody reaches finalists? And then
Unlock
he's,
it.
then he's,
Bola's upside down.
then he's fully locked in.
Yeah. Respawn from Bola, and another crash as
Another
well.
crash
He's going
there.
to start dropping a long way down the order. Has at least built himself a little bit of a cushion in terms of the points up front. The nice thing about having kind of a 50-point lead or so over a lot of the rest of the field is that only one person can get 50 points in any round. So it takes a while for everyone to catch up to you over the course of a couple of bad rounds. But Tada, currently sitting down in 6th place at the moment.
Third place.
Third place at the moment, yeah. Tada with a poor finish in the last round. That is the one thing maybe to talk about as well. If you're going to go for the safe, the consistent playstyle, you kind of need to get every round safe and consistent. You need to get the 3rd, 4th, 5th place in every round. You really can't afford to get any kind of 6th, 7th, 8th.
Yeah, that's true. And now, Tada, 3 minutes, also goes for that wallbang strat there. So that's just a pretty nice approach there that we've also seen from Raceland here, of course. And also, look who we have now in the 2nd position, actually. It is a kind of, I would say, new name up there. It is Artis. 2 seconds behind, so that looks quite good for him to collect some points as well as Tada. So maybe the better people for the likes of Bola to be up there, I guess, rather than someone like Scandir or Morpy, who are definitely able to win rounds, because for Tada and Artis, I think a lot of things have to align in order to win a round, and I mean, those things have to happen, but to the opponent.
Yeah, ideally, yeah, that's happening to someone who is not Tada if you're Tada.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing... Sorry, Mitri, yeah, go on.
I mean, I was gonna say Skandir just retired again, and with like Bola, Ferry, and Tada crashing, somehow Lego, who also crashed, is 4th somehow. So like,
yeah, okay, great.
good
We
by
take
him.
those, you know.
Yeah,
We're definitely settling into the whole kind of, this is a marathon, not a sprint of a kind of cup mode. And everyone, the first couple of rounds, you know, were really, really impressive. You know, people were going all out. But it's a lot of mental energy to keep that kind of focus up for the length of competition tonight, over the length of driving this 7-minute map over and over again. It kind of feels we're in that middle section right now. You know, people are just they've got their heads down, they're grinding those times out where they can, they're just looking to place as highly as possible, move a little bit closer. And when we get a little bit closer to finalist mode, then when there's players in finalist mode, I'm kind of expecting things to heat all the way back up all of a sudden.
Yeah, definitely, and that's always the thing you need to consider in those kind of matches, as we have a good fight. Morpio coming back here as well. Great approach there as well. Artis was maybe hesitating a bit, but Morpio clipping there a little bit, getting a slight slowdown, and also hitting the arc there. So he loses a significant amount of speed. Can he make that jump? Yes, he can. 0.3 roughly behind, and it is Raceland so far ahead, will get those 50 points, and also Morpio jumping very safe there to just make sure to get this third position. And also,
I think that's somehow his best position yet, Morpio. Same with Artis, actually.
Also Artis, yeah. But also, just look at this. Skandir, he stopped racing, he stopped driving. If he just continued, insta respawn, he would have been in second place. Like,
yeah,
that's what you need to consider, and maybe Skandir's even in Twitch chat. Skandir, keep up the focus, don't DNF. You need the points, man. I mean, of course, you can also prove us wrong.
Yeah,
it's fine if you then win every round. Hey,
if Skandir, if you are in Twitch chat, I think it's fine. Keep DNFing. I support you. Yeah, but then do win, because that's the funniest possible outcome. As long as you win like 6 rounds back to back after that point, it's okay.
Okay, Skandir type 1 in-game chat or Twitch chat.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. This is a close race, as you say. I mean, it's Morpio and Artis both having kind of their best round, both of them going for different lines through here as well. Good speed from Morpio. Artis did nail that jump line. We've seen people lose a bit of speed going for that jump line over the top as well. If they end up a little bit too wide, too close to the wall, having to release, they lose speed on the exit. But Morpio has gained, really catching back up to Artis here. About 45 seconds left in the track, and it is all to play for. Raceland is all the way out front. If we see him disappear down the leaderboard at some point, sure, then I guess maybe first place is up for grabs. But right now, this is the battle for second, and this is a battle for both these players to really start to get back into the match.
Yeah, very good, and also great line there from Artis, trying to accumulate more speed than Morpio, going into the quarter pipe jump here yet again for the last time in this round. Good speed from Artis, jumping very far up. Also the very, very flowy no jump there, or low jump in this regard. And now we have this tricky drift where he should not jump. So also not too far down. Artis fully in the mud, but he can readjust and also come back from that, and he's still on third position.
Yeah, as Raceland crosses the line in first place. 7-12-7. That's an incredible time from Raceland. World record in that round, and it is Morpio in second. Artis does still take third. Legu takes fourth, and Ferry comes home in fifth.
Yeah, that's the third time someone drives WR in a round in this cup.
That's kind of crazy.
Bren, and then there was, I think, was it Skandir?
Maybe
Ferry or Bola Skandir, someone of those three.
Because Bren drove world record in was it week 1 or week 2? Week 2, Bren drove world record in the final round in rounds when he already couldn't win. He just full focused, drove world record and left.
Yeah. Reasonable, why not? Imagine Bren in this final.
Ooh, hang on, Raceland is 1 round win away from making it to finals mode, and a long way in front of anyone else making it.
Yeah, and also Artis moving up to 4th position. Ferry 3 points ahead of him, and then Bola somewhere like in the no man's land between anybody else there. Tada, 5th place, just 6 points ahead of Legu, who didn't really have any good finishes. I mean, he was on 4th in the previous round, but this is not enough to sorry, that was the pizza from beforehand, because we rushed towards here, then ordered pizza, watched a SpaceX launch, and yeah, that was great. But also,
this is cool.
And also, Ferry doesn't fail this part here right now. I mean, it's a PF where you have to precisely steer. He's still in there.
Good start to the round this time around. I mean, I know we're only a minute into this track, but even by minute 1 a lot of the time, the field has felt a little bit more spread out than this. This time around, 7 cars within half a second of each other. Really impressive start from everyone on this one. This is going to be a competitive round. I think it's as I was talking about, right? Like, I mean, as we get towards finals mode, as people kind of like wake back up, you know, they lift their head up and realize where everyone is. I think everyone just opened the scoreboard after that round and was like, oh, hang on a second. Raceland is like nearly finalist. Uh-oh.
I have to do something.
Yeah, back into full focus.
Yeah. Elbows on the knees.
Intentional.
It's deliberate, yeah. And I mean, look, he gains time out of it. I mean, he goes from level with the cars around him to being a car length ahead.
Yeah. Especially when Bola makes a mistake there, so...
And it means, like, he gained over the rest of the section there as well. I mean, it was a little bit of a mistake from Bola, sure. But I think he has such a consistent setup then for that next section, you know? He never has to think about it. So he just has the perfect lineup for what he wants to do in that next section every time as well.
But if you mess it up, well, I think you're in for a long
Disaster,
respawn.
yes.
Yeah.
Artis
he's
is the
fine.
one struggling now.
Yeah,
Like
Artie's a
2
long way down.
seconds behind the second to
But
last guy.
Very, like, that's a sick round, actually. Holy.
Yeah, like this is definitely, if there is a round where it's like, he's a couple of seconds down from the next person, that's this round doesn't feel bad about it. I'm telling you, my theory is absolutely correct. They all checked the scoreboard and were like, nope, not letting Raceland get onto finalist mode in this round. So Ferry is up front. Morpeo is just behind. Lego having a great round in third. Tada, somehow, even in the round where everyone wakes the hell up, is still sitting in fourth place happily, just cruising along, quote unquote, safing it, but he is well in the middle of the pack at the moment, surrounded by incredible RPG players and driving really well.
Yeah,
Upper
very good.
Riskin, though, he's dead last.
Yeah,
He fully respawned somehow. I missed that, but
yeah. Raceland also looked at the scoreboard and saw Raceland on nearly finalist mode and was like, I'm not letting that happen.
Or he felt the pressure, or both of
Yeah,
that.
it's probably that one.
Yeah, it's probably that one, as Ferry gets a good line there as well. Morpeo finally with some good rounds. I mean, also the previous. Yeah,
Well, he's in first place, yeah,
that's an
ideal.
even better round for him, because Ferry opted for a respawn instead, and now Morpeo. I mean, that's how quickly it can go. You remember how close the round was just 1 minute ago? I mean, it's still. Well, never mind. Everybody's just coming back because Morpeo didn't have the best turnaround there, the best transition. And Bolle, Skander, Tada, and Jambe all coming back. Bolle with an incredible nosy landing, I would say.
Yeah.
And he's now in the lead. Very good approach there.
Morpeo is in first. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. Like, that's the first time tonight,
Yeah.
which is something I don't think I would ever say, but
Maybe
I
after
just
turn 1 he was also on first
Yeah,
at some point.
yeah,
but,
it may have happened. Yeah, he got a car a pixel ahead, but you're right. Yeah, like this deep into a round. Oh,
oh, never mind.
is he alive? Is he alive? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. No, he's not alive.
No, I see him dropping down the leaderboard
he's,
there.
Yeah, I guess he's a couple of seconds down. It looks like he did at least make it to that checkpoint, but
3
yeah.
seconds. Yeah.
We're not going to call it a caster curse because, listen, Morpeo did that to himself, unfortunately, but it is understandable as well. The pressure of finally leading around, getting to him, and it lets Bolo through. It also lets Scandier through. Scandier finally having a decent round for the first time in a long time, sitting in second place. And if we jump on board with Scandier, we can see, because Scandier
Him
is starting
DNFing
to
very
feed
soon.
himself a little bit. We'll either watch him DNF or we'll watch him start to push and try and track down Bulla towards the end. Still in a battle with Lego, but Lego was overcooking it into that chicane, was never making it through without a wall clip.
And I think also Bolla's on a very good time here by the looks of it. 23 checkpoints, now 24 into that, but Scandier certainly not slowing down. That was so close for comfort there, going over the small beam there into the magnet. Scandier with a great approach, trying to maximize the speed outcome, and look how much closer he came there just with those 1 to 2 turns. He is pushing it. He wants to get it. Gained 1.17 in this sector, but now slowing down tremendously, makes that jump, and Legu overtakes, goes into second, and he also needs to find a good round. Kind of Scandier and Legu in the same boat.
Yeah, we're watching the Scandier show, but Lego is the guest star on this episode. He's kind of popping in
He's
and out.
gone again.
Yeah, he's gone again. Like, look, he'll be back for episode. He'll be back for the season finale as well. Or
Like Joffrey
we
Lannister.
swap over. He's in the middle of his own fight with Tada as well,
Yeah,
who
Tada, I was
absolutely
gonna
has not
say
gone
that.
quietly. He
Tada
is
for me
still
is the
floating
main character here. Never
Yeah.
mind. Okay, bro. This is insane.
Focus.
Okay.
Listen,
Focus.
the main character, nobody else gets to have tragedies quite like the main character. Morpeo, meanwhile, is a long way down the field, but trying to still fight as Scandier has held on to this second place despite the action going on behind him. He's just driving his own race. Has finally started to maybe lock in just a little bit, and especially with Raceland having a very, very poor round, a long way behind on this one. That slows down the match as a whole. That gives more time for everyone else to get their own points in, to start to move a little bit closer to finalist.
And also, I think if Bolla wins the next 2 rounds, he will be in finalist
Yeah.
himself. So this is applying a lot of pressure. Yes, this was a very risky jump from Legu, almost clipping his front wheel there. And he still makes it across. Ferry coming somewhat back as well, but it's still a long way to go for him to the top. But hello, it is Legu, who now, with a mistake, still makes that jump into the next checkpoint. So he's somewhat safe, but Ferry all the way back to third. And remember, he respawned.
Very choosing not to drift
slowing
corner.
down. Did he
Very
respawn?
good at- Huh?
He made a significant mistake, so that's what definitely
It was
happened.
it was tough. Yeah, absolutely. Either way, look, he's here. He's in third place. Skandir in second. Coming up around the last few corners of the track now as well. This quarter pipe to go. Last real chance of a big
No,
failure.
Bola.
It feels like, and it is a big failure. The failure is for Bola, new race leader. Skandir through into first place. That puts Ferry through into second place at the moment. Big points available for a lot of people who really need them right now. One of those people is Ferry Skandir. One corner left to go. Can he catch back up to Ferry in the space of a single corner? He's gonna push it. You know he's gonna push it, but there is not enough track left. Ferry rounds the corner in first place. Skandir is just weaving down the home straight, nearly let Legu catch back up as well. But it will still be second place for Skandir. It's still 38 points, but frankly, in a round that looked like it was going to be Skandir making his comeback, his announcement to the world, I think, honestly, that final clip, even though he was second place the entire way behind Bola, getting second place in that fashion is probably almost worse than maybe having to crash in another DNF.
Yeah, and also Bola, the biggest loser of this round. I mean,
Yeah.
dropping from first to like almost last 16 points. It would have been 252 points, but now it's 218 instead. Racer needs to get fourth position to activate finals mode. Ferry coming significantly closer to Bola as well, and then there's like a 40-point gap between fourth. And let's take a look. Thank you very much, Pastor, for that. 159, 156, 150, 131. Skandir actually on last, but of course crawling back with that second place a little bit. But I mean, he's like, yeah, I didn't get those 50 points, 131, like 30 points with that sounds like nothing. But of course, you still get a lot of points here in those kind of rounds. But he's like more than double the points away from the first position. So a long way to go for Skandir to even reach finals mode.
Yeah, top 4 to 7 is super close, only 18 points.
Yeah.
So like, even though there's gonna be finalists and stuff, I think that's gonna be a good battle to watch.
Absolutely, yeah. Of course, as a reminder to everyone, if anyone has joined us late here, we are playing for a full top 4 tonight because there is prize money for all of the top 4, as that was, I think, maybe even... No, it wasn't Raceland because we're on board with Raceland. Somebody fell off the edge of the track just there. I was having a little bit of...
Maybe
a rough time
Skandir
for it.
again.
It was Tada, I think.
Yeah,
Ta-da.
that would track, yeah.
So Racing again with a good start. Keep in mind, he can activate finals mode here with that, I think, first or maybe even second position. No, the fourth it was.
Yeah,
fourth.
all the way down to fourth place. Raceland can make it into finals mode from here, sitting on 276 points, looking to get to 300. Morpeo again with this line. And again, just look at this, because his lineup then can be very consistent for these next couple of corners as well. Continues to just gain through that section too. So Morpeo looking great on that specific section of track, but given how close some of these rounds have been, just even having one section of track where you are consistently gaining 2 or 3 tenths is huge.
Yeah, and also he gets consistent speed out of that respawn. The part will always be the same with that. So I think that's what he's aiming for. Maybe there's a tricky gear that he can lose or have to hold. Something along that. So good approach there for Morpeo, who doesn't get the... I think you need to go for like a wobbly landing there, but I think this just messes you up. So Morpeo got it good. I didn't say anything. Very risky jump there as well, and he moves up into the lead. Great approach from Morpeo, but Rayston is defending here very nicely, and we still have 5 minutes left, but it's only 1 car length between them. Rayston, very early landing there, gaining a lot of speed though.
Morpeo probably is gonna crash. Don't want to jinx him, or maybe that's counter jinxing. I don't know, but like, look, he's been crashing every round without any exception. So like, come on,
Oh god, it's true. Oh, I
keep
hate
it up. But yeah,
Poor guy.
he's struggling.
Poor guy. No. Yeah, we'll see how it goes for him anyway. I mean, look, these two are teammates. Maybe it'll be emotional support first place, buddy. As Morpeo and Raceland are just
Take my hand. Take my hand.
Follow me. We can go to a world of adventure together. That world of adventure, it's the finish line. We're going 1-2. As you can see, different lines again through there. That is that wall hit line from Raceland. Not losing him any time in Trackmania 2 versus Trackmania 2020, because you do not get the acceleration slowdown as much, which is in fact why they removed it from Trackmania 2020.
Yeah, I mean, it's now... I mean, it's still there, but it's like somewhat going with the angle of the car.
Nerfed.
Yeah, they nerfed it, which is good because, like, at the beginning, I'm not sure if you... Have you even played the game at this point?
TM2?
No, Trackmania 2020.
Maybe right
Like,
at the start.
Right
it
at the
was
start,
brutal, wasn't it?
it was fucking terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
like this.
painful.
Yeah.
Like you just saw a tree and you just slow down. Like
Love everybody in the call there, including Padster in production, all joined in to be like, yeah, it was dog shit.
and what the worst thing was as well, the blossom trees. Those were
Yeah.
like fucking FPS killers.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it felt like you were mining some Bitcoin. You were mining some Bitcoins, man. When you
Listen,
place one of them on
Turbo,
there.
I need you to stop talking because you are killing Padster in production right now. And we need him so we can finish out this stream. Let's focus in on the battle for top 2 because for the last 2 minutes, Morpio and Raceland have been trading first place backwards and forwards between them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's just lost in their own personal Vietnam, remembering the berry blossom trees
Yeah,
and
yeah.
wall hits in the early days of Trackmania 2020. Look, we gotta focus on this battle because it is really close. Speed for Raceland at the moment, coming back at Morpeo, the long straightaway working out for him on this one. Really clean through the chicane as well, but Morpeo is not going to go anywhere without a fight at this point. Raceland, either way, he can take first or second, and he will happily move on to finalist mode. At this point, he's just trying to deny his teammate the 50 points for first place.
Yeah, maybe he's just like, hey Morpio, 5 gifted, and I will. And you can overtake. You can have it, man. It's fine.
They're all sitting in the Milky Way team house together, which is a thing that definitely exists.
And it's also in the Milky Way.
Oh, it's in space. That's crazy. Yeah, again, we've seen the different lines through there. Some of it deliberate, some of it more just to do with the landing you get. But, you go wider, you get more speed on the exit into that jump. Oh, I thought Raceland had fallen off the bottom there. But he has survived. He still sits in first place just in front of Morpeo. 5 minutes gone in the track now. Just under 2 minutes of driving left to do. It feels like it's going to be a tragedy if these two do not round the final corner within a couple of tenths of each other at this point.
Also, what I'm really happy about is that Legu and Skande are just behind. I mean, they will probably get some good points in this round here by the looks of it, as well as Ortiz again. I mean, Tada a bit further behind, and then Ferry and Bolle like fully in the mud, let's say like this. Yeah. And well, they will be like, Godverdamme man, yeah, I just made that mistake. Yeah, but those things do happen. But Bolle really losing a lot of points in those last 2 rounds, and with that, Raceland has at least one finalist attempt on his own, and also denying some points to Morpio by the looks of it at the moment. But there's still 1 minute left, and I mean the ending was quite potent for mistakes. Let's say like this, and we've seen a lot of respawns, a lot of mistakes also here in the last round coming up in this section, the quarter pipe jump where Bolle fell victim to.
Lego has been risking really hard. He lost like 0.5 earlier on, but then he's just gaining and gaining over them. Never mind, he lost 0.2, but still, like, he's been catching up overall. So he's like, hey, don't make a mistake, because I'm definitely there.
Yep, he's not too far behind. About it was about a second. It's now down to about 8 tenths to second place, which is Raceland at the moment. Still a chance that could change before the end, but we are coming up to this last quarter pipe, the last real chance for big mistakes, none made from Morpeo or Raceland. It should be relatively straightforward. There is chances to make mistakes. There's definitely chances to fail a little bit. You're right, this jump. I forgot about this jump.
You're welcome.
Turbo, you were so right. I'm so sorry. Morpeo, unfortunately, has full crashed, and look at how close everyone was. It felt like a round where things were maybe a little bit spread out, but Legu's through to second place. Skandir's through to third. Morpeo drops to fourth, and Skandir will come home to claim that third place in the points along with it. Big point loss from Morpeo on the final big jump of the track. Raceland, meanwhile, wins another round, and that does mean Raceland is our first finalist tonight.
But also look what Morpeo says in chat. Not a single no crash run. So look what is in his head right now. The crash that he had there. So maybe he was second thinking this as well. So this is not a good place.
He gets to the last place on the track where he can really crash, and he's like, well, can't ruin a good streak. Gotta have another crash.
Yeah, but this also messes with your mental, of course. And I thought that Skandir is match fixing again and maybe slowing down, but Morpeo will still get that fourth position. Skandir on third, and good luck to Raceland in finals. And he has at least 2 finalist attempts. On his own, because Bolle's at 234 points. Ferry also not with a lot of points. And look who's now in 4th position. It is Legu with 197 points. And I think we have, I've heard a water bottle or something dropping somewhere.
Mitry, can you confirm you're alive? You're okay?
It touched my mic. I shouldn't have.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. It just sounded a bit more brutal because, listen, when I call my girlfriend on Discord, I always hear those kind of noises, and then like 5 seconds later, oh, I dropped my water bottle, I dropped my phone, I dropped this, I dropped that. So I'm kind of into the mood of those sounds. Somewhat.
I was just gonna say, Mitri, I don't think you can worry about like any sound issues tonight when we're sitting in the most echoey room known to man with two of us to one microphone. If anyone's providing terrible audio, it's not you.
Imagine we
As
rewatch
bad
it.
As
Yeah.
you
Oh,
may think.
sorry.
It's
Yeah.
okay-ish. It's just
Okay.
like not as good as the usual setups, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. It's also a worse microphone than usual, so.
Yeah.
But hey, we should note, Raceland has made it into finalist mode, and I mean, Scandir appears to have woken up. Everyone appears to have woken up a little bit. It is time to stop Raceland. Everyone unites. Unfortunately, this backward section has been in a lot of rounds the first place to really start to separate people out, because we usually see kind of two people, I feel like, make a mistake there, either a full crash, losing a gear, going very slowly out of it, and that has been the case here, absolutely. Legu Artis now a long way down. Legu in particular over 10 seconds behind. And I think Tada then in 8th place as well. So, no, sorry, Tada is up at the front. It's just very hard to keep track of people.
Yeah, especially
They're
because
just retired.
Yeah.
who retired?
Scandir.
The classic.
This.
Yeah,
Scandir has seen a name in finalist mode and he's pretty sure it's his. So there's no point if he's not going to win the round.
I
right?
mean, the thing is, he could have been up to like 200 points at this point already, like easily, really easily, I would say. And
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Raceland, of course, in finalist mode, but he should just wait like a patient predator, like a crocodile from Florida, and just
Yeah.
wait for his prey to fall victim to anything, or maybe just make the move at one or two parts that he feels comfortable with. This was already too close for comfort, and I think that was a bit too early. Yeah, the hips didn't lie for the crocodile, but I mean, he had to respawn. Maybe you know the memes that I'm talking about.
No, like, I mean, hips don't lie. I think Shakira, and then
Okay, yeah.
it's just I don't associate Shakira with crocodiles.
I'll show you the meme, okay?
Okay, we'll look. Hey, we'll look at it. We'll look at it later. Okay, if there's sound, don't worry about it. Mitri, take over. I'm being forced to look at memes.
Okay. Hey, wait. I want to see the meme as well.
Yeah. Yeah, wait.
That's true. We'll send it
I
to you
don't
later
know
too. Don't worry.
wait, okay, I need to. Okay, now I have your preview. I mean, feel free. Yeah, go ahead.
Wait.
Wait. Okay, so you're watching Morpio,
Oh,
okay?
the hips don't
That's
lie.
third-
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't bad, no? It was.
Everybody join the Nebula RPG Discord. Turbo will be posting the meme after stream for us all to appreciate. Hey, yeah, sorry, Mitri. Meanwhile, what's been going on in this round?
If I send it in with no context and like anybody sees that without seeing the grand final, they will be like, "What the fuck did this guy do?"
What happened? Yeah, Mitri, what happened?
I don't know. Race team respawned like 3 times.
Yeah,
So it's like dead last. Then I don't know. I was kind of confused as well. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair. We were being very distracting. I understand that.
You think this is brain rot, by the way?
No, that's not brain rot. Italian brain rot is a very specific thing, okay?
Yeah. I still remember we played Repo, and yeah, it's like we also have a streamer in our friend group, and she was like Bombadillo Crocodilo, and I was, what the fuck is that? And then I got into this rabbit hole, and I was like, dude, this is weird, but also somewhat interesting. I don't know. It's a very special place on the internet.
Meanwhile, Bola is winning the race. Ferry is in second. Morpio is having a third good round in a row, kind of. He is sitting in currently third place, not too far down from second place at the moment, and definitely a chance still to catch up, especially if there is mistakes towards the end. I know that Morpio crashed at the end of the last round, Mitri, but I'm still going to call it a good round overall. I mean, he made it to the final jump before crashing. That's got to count for something.
Okay, I sent the link in the chat, by the way.
Still doesn't count as clean.
That's true.
I think even
yeah.
Tada got a clean run, which ended up being,
Here, maybe?
I think,
And
slower than his crashed run, but still.
Yes, correct. Sorry, we were busy sorting out actually posting the link to brain rot in the. Okay, it wasn't brain rot. It was a meme. It was a meme. There's a difference. Ferry's got a full crash. It's not a full crash. He has managed to survive. He will just clip on both sides of the wall, but that was a large slowdown, falling further away from Bullet, falling further back potentially into Morpio's clutches, who is now very close behind, but Morpio has now had his mandatory crash for the round. I think possibly his second one of this round, as he was already about 3 seconds down in this one. But it does mean that the brothers continue to hold onto a commanding lead. Bola from Ferry up front, and Bola I mean, Mitry, as you said, it's kind of a couple of free rounds for Raceland, not a huge amount of pressure immediately to close out finalist mode, but Bola's going to close that gap very quickly.
Yeah, I guess so as well, and I already see Morpio in the chat already after this round. Oh, and so unlucky, another round with another mistake. But of course, jokes aside, those things do just happen, especially on a map with this caliber. But if you're such a goated player like Morpio, right? You just kind of expect from you to not have a round without a crash. But on a 7-minute map, this is a very, very hard task to do. As Ferry tries to push here, goes for a little bit more speed, trying to come closer to Bola here, but I mean they're also not that far away from each other in terms of points, so this could also be important, but I think both will be finalists in the same kind of rounds by the looks of it.
I mean, to be honest, yeah, I think Ferry overtaking Bola here, if there is a little bit of a mistake from Bola, is the difference for Ferry's competition tonight in some ways. I mean, does Ferry get the 50 points here and deny 50 points from Bola? That does definitely send both of them closer towards kind of hitting finalist at the same time. But if Bola extends that lead by a little bit, denies these points to Ferry here, then it becomes a little bit more difficult for Ferry. Still definitely a chance.
Wow.
Definitely not over yet. And Ferry is moving quickly through this one. Just under a minute left in the track. And Ferry has closed the gap down to less than 0.2 of a second.
Ferry made a mistake in this part already, now clipping there a little bit, but was pushing it so much, gaining 1 second. And I mean, we have seen Bola failing this part here as well, now making it count, but Ferry coming closer. It is 100th of a second going into the last part of the track. Bola with a good approach here. Now the drift decides who's gonna exit it later. It is Bola with a no slide, having to respawn, and this is disaster striking for him. Morpio with that, promoting up to second. Tada on third place with that, and Ferry will thankfully go into the second place with that and wins the round with a 7:14 for 7:15.11. Tada also very happily will take those 31 points for second place. And well, then everybody else comes in afterwards, but we can see Skandir, well, I mean, will not finish, right? Because he DNF'd. Yeah, he did DNF. So it is then Bola. We have Yambe, Rayston also able to finish, and then Artis will be the last player crossing the finish line.
I would say, I think especially now, you're kind of getting to the point for Raceland especially. I mean, yeah, he's way out of it. Yeah, nothing but first place matters, but keeping those hands warm, right? You continue to drive the track. Just don't fall out of the habit of actually getting over these jumps. Now is a bad time to go cold in this match.
Yeah,
Wait,
definitely.
so Bola, with that mistake, is actually 1 round behind Ferry in terms of getting finalist mode.
Well,
unless he gets first, but 38
Bola
points
gets
is second.
first. Yes, they could both hit finals this round if Bola
has to
first.
win.
Yeah, Bola has to win the round. You're absolutely right. Ferry has a little bit more leeway on 277 points, can get down as far as 4th place, I think, and still get finalist now.
And there you can see it, those 17 points, which are last place points or second last place points, kind of. I mean, if you're Skandir, it's it would be I don't know, 80 points.
Yeah.
At this point, he's at 162. Those can be so decisive. That's those small positions that do matter. And as you rightfully said it, Mitry, every point matters. If it's only 1 point, if it's 2 points, they do matter eventually. And let's go. Second finals attempt, of course, here as well for none other than Rayston. And he can make it count because he will get company very soon in finals modes.
No crash at this point. I think is a first. Never mind.
Yeah, just wait for Skandir.
Light crash. But...
Well, and this backwards part to me has been the part that really starts to separate things out properly. But it does look like everyone has made it through the backwards section as well without big errors. Tada, as you said, has made a slight error, is a little ways behind this main pack of 7 that we have developing. But very solid round so far. Again, people are starting to lock in a little bit more now again as we get towards the back of the match with 1 player in finalist, with a couple more players soon going to be joining him in finalist as well. The idea of denying people that win, if nothing else, listen, Trackmania players are spiteful, right? Even if you can't win yourself, the opportunity to deny someone else to win, that's very sweet.
It's tempting, let's say it like this, and very, very much tempting for the likes of Skandir. Really. And look where he is right now in the top 3 fight, together with Bola and the finalist Rayston. Rayston with a great line, but also Bola with great speed. Wow, this is beautiful. This is such a nice fight.
Yeah. Rayston must be 300 BPM right now. Because it's
Yeah.
a decent chunk of money. Like, I don't think anyone has ever won this amount of money in RPG ever. So
Yeah, it's 500 euro for first place tonight, I believe, and then I don't remember the exact.
250, 150, 100, I guess.
Yes, 250, 150, 100 going down the board.
Or is it
down
like
to
this?
fourth place? That sounds correct to me, and it
yes,
probably
it
has
is like that.
1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, 500 euro exactly going immediately, and all Raistlin has to do is something that he's done several times already tonight, which is win a round, right?
Just think how many kilograms of bananas that is.
So many kilograms of bananas. It's a lot of bananas, absolutely. It's, Turbo has more context.
Like
on the Discord
have
later.
Monkey has banana.
Raistlin has overtaken into second place. Scandir is now the rest of the lobby's last hope for holding off Raistlin, except of course for Raistlin himself, because in RPG there is always the chance that someone is going to take himself out of the race, especially Scandir at the moment with how things have been going. Bola, though, is here alongside overtaking Raistlin at the moment. This is a close battle for second place. The turn
so
around
nice.
is so clean, got grip so early on that one, and accelerates away in front of Raistlin. The gap when we get to the next checkpoint is looking to be probably still about a tenth. It's still not very much at all, but Scandir is holding on. That lead up front remaining about 8/10 of a second.
Bola
as I
almost
said,
landing on his roof there, actually.
Gondir is just here to match fix.
Yeah.
He
He's
finished
on
his
a
pizza.
God run right like now. What's even the point?
Yeah,
He's fully just decided that if he's not first, he's last. He's watched the Legend of Ricky Bobby Talladega Nights the other day. Bola with a little bit of a wheel hang. Ferry is up here as well, worth noting. And I do want to call back to earlier in the evening. We did call out Ferry in particular for being really quick in the back half of the map. When he needs to push in the back half, you can see it. He has the risky lines and he is willing to use them.
But he's also able to fail them as well. I mean,
course.
I don't want to be the person, yeah, this guy fails, he fails there, this and that. But I mean, this map is like, it's so easy to just catch yourself off guard. And I mean, the players are playing for 1.5 hours roughly. Also with warm-up beforehand, it's hard to stay locked in for that amount of time. So maybe that's a time where Scandir shines through and he's like, yeah, come on, you know, let's just start the business. And he does that right now. He's on a really good time here as Raistlin drops further down the line, currently betting it out for that third position. It could get demoted to fourth alongside Bola. And well, I knew that, of course. I have the script in front of me. Raistlin with a response. We will not see another winner here. And again, the what if Scandir was able or had finished those rounds. But I mean, that's not a question that we can ask now. He's in first. He's there to match fix. Maybe that's all intentional to make it a bit more exciting, even though it's already very exciting because so much money is on the line.
Dude, if Scandir wins, I'm
Say it.
giving him 100 more euros.
Oh, Scandir type 1.
I give Scandir a banana.
Okay, good deal. This is a lot on the line for Scandir right now. I'll really appreciate the fact that he's come from behind to win this one. It will also make tonight take probably a lot longer as well, because it means less people getting 50 points along the way. It means that it takes a little bit longer for everyone else to get into finals mode. If Scandir starts hogging all of the points in the room right now, he is looking very quick in this round. Looking forward to seeing if he can keep clean, what this final time ends up being as well. It has to be said, if Scandir's on a good time, Ferry's on a pretty solid time as well. Only 9/10 behind him in this round, and still the chance to close the gap by pushing in these last minute.
Yeah, but Scandir is slowing down here a little bit, and Ferry comes closer with that different line here. Scandir with not the most amount of speed. I mean, Ferry just denying some points with that to Scandir, delaying the match even more, because we already know that Scandir is going to win this competition, right? That is surely will happen here as Scandir not slowing down. Very low jump there, goes back into the lead. That was a nice approach there for the newly signed Dawn player here, as he is still ahead. And that is a line that Ferry was particularly good on, has good speed here as well, and finds himself still in that battle. 800ths of a second after 6.5 minutes of driving, and look at those lines here from Ferry. He's not slowing down. The quarter pipe coming into play, and then the distinct jump at the end.
Scandir so low, Ferry so high. More speed on the exit then from Ferry. Scandir, though, holds onto the lead, extends that lead. Ferry just clearing the edge of that jump. One jump to go. You cannot go too low on the inside here. Exactly like that I think Scandir just drove directly off the nearest cliff. DNFs immediately from first place to a DNF. He will round the corner, take 50 points to go with it. Thank you very much. I mean, hey,
He was on
number 4
WR.
record. Yeah, Scandir was absolutely on world record pace in that round.
But
and
why?
instead was DNF'd. It will be 50 more points for Ferry, who now joins Raceland on finalist mode. Listen, whatever happened with Scandir there, I genuinely think it's irrelevant to how the rest of this match plays out. Ferry is on finalist mode. Raceland is on finalist mode. Bolle is once again denied. He comes in 5th place, picks up enough points that he's now going to be very close to finalist mode. But given how well Bolle was playing early in the match, the fact that he is not the second player to finalist, the fact that he still needs an okay round to get to finalist is kind of crazy.
It's a skill issue.
I mean, obviously, that's implied.
Yeah, but it's very, very poor to see that. But also, like, I'm just sitting here and like, why the hell are you doing that? Why are you just not finishing? I mean, this would have been a safe 4th position at least in this regard. So Bolle 18 points away, and also Legu somewhat in the mix. If Legu gets first in this round, guys, I think
things get weird.
Things get really weird. And then Artis 237, Morpio 33, and Tada 260, and then Scandir, well, I mean, full in the mud.
Morpio has threatened a round win a couple of times as well. If Morpio got a round win right now, he's still absolutely in the mix for top 1, top 2.
It's crazy.
Like, unironically.
Yeah, I think also if Scandir didn't match fix, this would be like an absolutely insane match.
It's still a pretty insane
I mean,
match.
like, but even more than that. Like, he would be also very close by to the others, because as we already said, also in the first couple of rounds, we've seen so many different players on top. But here we go. The finalists are on there. We have 2 now. It is Bolle, not on finalists just yet. It's Ferry and also Rayston, and it seems like Morpio made the first mistake.
Yeah, it will not be the round win for Morpio to make this match incredibly dramatic, but it is still dramatic up front as Bolle versus Ferry. Reminder, Ferry is on finalist mode. So is Raceland, but Raceland has been kind of nowhere to be seen ever since he got to finalist mode. Ferry very much not having that issue. He is coming into finalist mode hot off the back of a round win just there, off the back of multiple very strong rounds in a row. Ferry could just get to finalist mode and close it out right now.
Yeah, he could close it out in his very first attempt here, in his very first attempt, as Bolle gets a really good line in this sector here as well. So, I mean, the map is still very long, and better line from Ferry in this sector here, and Tada on 3rd. So that implies that maybe the one or other player has made a mistake. And maybe also Tada could be pushing it, because he also sees, yo, I'm not far away. I can also play a role here in this match and certainly get top 1. Could be possible. Imagine Tada winning. This would be absolutely bonkers.
I would love it.
Yeah, kind of delighted with it. It would be sick.
I would love every second of that round, yeah.
Unfortunately, I'll be honest, I'm starting to get maybe the tingles. I'm like, I kind of think Ferry is playing really, really well, especially as the match has gone longer. Ferry has kind of managed to hold concentration, it feels like, better than a lot of the other players in it. Although Bolle having a good round as well. We'll see. I mean, one of these 2 players is going to crash, I feel like, is probably the inevitable outcome of this round in particular, and that's really going to change the narrative of how the entire last few rounds of this match play out. Either Ferry wins here and now, or Bolle crashes, and I mean, it's going to be drama in the last seconds of this round, I think, either way. I think it's going to happen on the quarter pipe rather than on the very last jump.
Yeah. The thing is, Ferry... The thing is, Ferry has nothing to win here in this round if he gets second, other than denying points to the others. So at some point, he has to just
send it.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen it with, of course, Rayston sending it too early with my Great Predator meme, hips don't lie stuff there. But, well, I mean, Ferry is a bit more patient, it seems like, and 0.6 is definitely something that he can catch up with a great ending section, which notoriously
he's been very good at. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he is in range to try and catch his brother in this round in particular, and we'll see if that is something that he can actually push for as we get deeper into the map. 3.5 minutes in, just under, around halfway through this track for what could be the final time for Ferry tonight. He might be done. He might be out of here. I mean, if nothing else, you get to go to bed at least kind of 15, 20 minutes earlier than everyone else. That jump was terrifying, as Ferry does just about make it through on that one. He is definitely starting to push it, looking for these jumps to be as low as possible, get grip as soon as possible, and he has hauled Bola all the way back in. The gap is down to less than a tenth. It's in fact turned into the negatives as Ferry is just in front by a wheel for a second there. Bola still holding on to the lead, but surely he cannot last with Ferry pushing this hard. Great landing from Bola. Ferry drops back away, and the push is thwarted for now.
Tada is third, so in the meantime, they are battling out for, like, to get first place basically. But right now, Legu is behind Tada, but he's in front of him in the standings. So basically, anyone has a chance right now, besides Elgir, I guess.
Besides Scandi, yeah, shooting the shot again, and you can see this flat landing there really helped. No, wait, it was Ferry with a flat landing actually, or was it Bola in this part? But yeah, the speed difference was really there. I kind of forgot, but it's definitely one of them because they're first and second. But yeah, it's 2 minutes left and Bola's time is running out. But what would you do? Would you take the final slot and let your brother win, or would you full send it and deny him into a triple final situation? I don't know, but like, just because you can talk about this like in 10 years as well. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of the great like dilemmas of our time. Like, yeah, even if it's not your brother, but especially because it's your brother, how hard are you pushing here? I mean, at this point, it's starting to become kind of a moot question. It is a 1.3 second gap, very extending a long way out in front of Bola at the moment. And it might just be a case of Bola is forced into a decision, the decision made for him. Yeah, just play it safe, take the second place in this round, get to finalist yourself and play for the rest of the prize pool. Ferry is building a lead that is now 1.6 seconds. He continues to get further away. I mean, Ferry's in a position where he can just keep risking. There's not really a reason to stop right now until he really feels that he is uncatchable. And honestly, I think he might be getting to that point soon. The gap over these last few checkpoints has just continued to build.
Yeah, but what would even worse would be if Ferry makes a mistake himself and Bola wins the competition. At this point, like, you would hear that at 15 years and this would have been your responsibility then. Oh, Bola with a mistake, losing a little bit of time, but of course not getting penalized here. And it is still Ferry leading, and we might have a winner here, guys. Just 1 minute left, and we could see a Nebula RPG Cup Finals winner here, as long as he doesn't make a mistake. And there's still 2 very hard sections coming up. Ferry also failed this jump. He makes it through now, but it's all on him. It's literally him playing against himself.
Yeah, Ferry down inside the final minute on Atlantis for the Nebula RPG Cup, holding off a lead, holding off his brother, holding off the weight of this entire lobby. Raceland has been on finalist mode for so long already. That's the first of 2 difficult jumps in this ending section done. Quarter pipe out of the way. This last jump to go. We've seen so many failures on it already tonight. Ferry just needs to make it up. He's failed. No. He's failed. How close is Bola? Well. Where's Bola? Bola failed it as well. Ferry's still in first place. It's a full respawn from Bola. Ferry will round the corner. It didn't even matter. There's nobody close. There's nobody near him. The time won't be great, but it does not matter. On finalist mode, Ferry did enough to close it out. He wins the €500 prize pool. He is your Nebula RPG Cup Grand Finals champion.
GG there. And like, also what
I can't believe they both failed that. Like, literally the same lane as well. Like,
I guess they are brothers.
Yeah, they are. They are. It wasn't the postman at the end. Eventually, you don't need a DNA test for that. But also, I mean, I've seen the comment from Racing. Racing is like, yeah, you match fixing Bola, like. Yeah. But wow, this was crazy. So we have a winner here. €500 go to Ferry, and I mean that's a very not surprising turn of events because he played really good at the second part of this match. But Bola and also Rayston looked so strong. But we of course still play for that second, third, and fourth position. And here we go. Bola also now with that into finalist. Also, Lego coming significantly closer, just having to finish by the looks of it, because Scandi will probably go for a DNF again. And we only have 7 players now. So 295 points for him. Maybe we can have the scoreboard here for 1 small second again. Yeah, okay, he's at 290. He just has to finish, all right.
He just has to finish, yeah. I'll be honest. How do both of you feel, Turbo and Mitri, about me throwing the idea out there that Raceland isn't going to finish top 4?
Nah, I mean maybe. Nah, no way.
That would be
Because
so
like
sad.
maybe
Mhm.
Bola can overtake him, and maybe Lego as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then Artis, Tara, and Morpio are most likely not gonna finish in front of him. Like,
Padster, can we pull up the second page of the scoreboard just real quick? Just real quick. Just real quick. I mean,
it's not
yeah, I
about
see.
points. It's about
Loopers,
being able
That's
to
it.
be faster
But
than him.
Raceland has not been that fast in the last few rounds. It
But
feels.
Artis either. So I think
That's true.
Artis
That's
and
true.
Tada have to
That's
do
fair.
it then. And
I'm
then
just saying, I've been seeing the Raceland slide, and I could see an outside top 4 finish, but probably not. You're
mean-
absolutely right. He probably does get it done here. Bala's winning though. Bala is winning in this round. Raceland is still up there. We're into the backwards section. First time for real big mistakes. A lot of the time has not happened on this occasion, at least for the top 3. Morpio could still make a bit of a comeback as well in this match. He has felt kind of one really good round away from it happening at any point. He just has not had that one good round. He's not caught a light at any point so far tonight. And so he is just trying to get into it. It is, though, Bala looking to join his brother, catch up to him, take second place, and lock out the top row.
that would be so cool to see Bola and Ferry on top there. I guess that would be very nice to them, even though Bola would have maybe taken that first position eventually. But I mean, you cannot have everything, and 250 would also be still good pocket money to win here, of course. And also we see a mistake there. I think that was Artis with a mistake by the looks of it, or maybe it was Legu. I'm not
Legu,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, but also Tada with
Also
a
Tada.
mistake. So that's very unfortunate. Where's actually Scandia? Did Scandia go for another DNF? I think
He stopped
is...
driving fully. He's talking
Okay.
in the general channel in the Nebula Discord, sending screenshots of him playing Kaki right now.
Okay, understandable. Fair enough. Yeah.
Understandable. Have a good day.
Yeah, absolutely. Marius did just join chat here and ask what's the deal with Scandir. The answer is he had a lot of bad rounds early on, Marius, and at that point decided that he was not particularly enjoying playing tonight and stopped, even though he was technically still in the server.
I think that Marius, you would also like
Scandir's also in chat. Actually, we'll let Scandir speak for himself. I don't need to. Raceland DNFs this round, by the way. My prediction of Raceland not finishing top 4 continues to look more and more likely, obviously, as Bola is being held off by Morpeo at the moment. Look, I'm going to lock in for the last few rounds as well of the Nebula RPG Cup, as we are still very much in the thick of things. First place has been decided, but Morpeo, I still think he's just felt one round away from ever having a really, really good tournament tonight. Bola is on finalist mode himself. Raceland is on finalist himself. And then just behind, Legu is also looking pretty strong. He's been, again, close to having some rounds. And as we were talking about at the top of the night, Mitri, Legu is really trained on this track.
Yeah, he is. He hasn't been super consistent for some reasons. Maybe like not his day or something, but he's definitely trained, so he can drive a good time. I mean, he has a 714 low, so he can drive fast.
Yeah. And all it takes is one round of driving relatively quickly, and your opponent's not having a great round of that. As you know, I mean, Raceland unfortunately has been discovering his opponents having a lot of very good rounds in a row right after he reached finalist, and has been struggling to kind of capture the lightning in a bottle, the pace of Raceland's early rounds, which was often really, really impressive. But it's just everyone else stepping up in the lobby. Morpio with a little bit of a clip. That could allow Bole through. Bole on finalist mode just needs this one round win, and he is out of here.
Yeah, he will be out of here indeed. But also, like, I think Marius, you would really like just hate the way Scandir played in this kind of match, the likes of you, because I know that you just try to finish every round and just make the maximum possible points. Scandir had like 4 or 5 DNFs here in this match where he could have definitely been up to like 250 points at this point. But I mean, that's just how it is. If you don't feel it, if you don't vibe with it, I mean, we have different playing styles, of course. It is what it is. And I mean, it's still very impressive to see that. Sadly, he did not really feel it on this map. Maybe the practice wasn't there. Maybe the momentum wasn't there. Maybe Kaki is also there to be played. Fully understandable. And here we go. Morpio now with a mistake as well. So it is Boulder having a quite big gap here to work with. It's roughly a second. And Morpio, however, with a good run as well, could come to finals very close very soon as well, as Bola could win and get that second position in this round.
Yeah, it is looking good for Bola at the moment, and coming up on 5 minutes on the track, just over 2 minutes remaining. Morpio trying to deny, finally coming a little bit alive, has been struggling to get any runs done completely cleanly so far tonight, has been in chat lamenting that fact as well along the way. This would be a great time to have the fully clean run, to have a push at the end that worked out, to deny Bolle the first place in this round, the second place overall this evening. And it might just happen that Bolle is bouncing awkwardly around. Fully speed checked, never making it over there. And yeah, I mean, hey, if there is a time to DNF, that might just be it. Bolle is going to slide off the cliff and out of this round as Morpeo is all the way through. Bolle confused about what happened. Full bug on the landing that time around. Raceland on board with Bolle during that moment can confirm exactly that that's what happened. But it allows Morpeo through to first. It allows Artis through into second. And especially with one player already gone, with Ferry out of here, it does change up how the points work just a little bit. Not in terms of anything dramatic, but it does mean 50 points much more available to everyone. Those high points, a lot of points scoring for the players who've been kind of terminally coming 4th and 5th in the match so far. You just get moved one up the order and you start picking up a lot more points a lot quicker.
It's actually crazy to see that we have only seen one winner so far coming into the next round, because also Lego will be joining the finalist mode here very soon. Morpio, however, with his best finish here coming into play, as Artis is 2 seconds behind. So, of course, players dying left, right, and center. That does happen. And also Bolle complaining in chat there. Maybe that was a bug that he was not that familiar with. Those things unfortunately do happen. And, I mean, that's the danger of those custom blocks, you know. You cannot know every pixel, unfortunately. So Morpio will happily take those 50 points. And also, if Morpio gets top 4, do we play for 5th position then? Or
good point, yeah,
because
probably.
he's not eligible of winning the prize money, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I think we do play for 5th.
Yeah,
but with that, by the
Morpeo
way,
is first.
so
Yes.
there's gonna be Legu being finalist, of course, but there's also gonna be Artis thanks to Bolle retiring. So I don't think that was a good move by him to retire.
Yeah. Really opening the field up. I mean, it is, you know, Artis, Legu, Morpeo. This is Morpeo's first round win of the night. Legu and Artis both searching for one, but they are now in a position where, I mean, Artis has a pretty solid round right there as well, improving his PB to a 7-17 as well. Does mean that, yeah, all it takes is one solid round. All it takes is a couple of mistakes from other people as well, and it will just be someone out of nowhere off the top rope, steel chair for second place on the competition tonight. Raceland still exists. I'd like to remind everyone he has been on finalist for what must be 4 or 5 rounds now already, and has really just been struggling to close it out from here. We are now into quadruple finalist, I believe, looking at the
I think
scoreboard.
four-way finalists. But also seeing what Hazard and also Scandi wrote on the chats. I mean, 10 hours of practice, and you hated training this. Yeah, it sounds really sad, of course, that it was like this. And you definitely had a shot of winning.
Yeah.
I would really
I'll be
say
honest,
that.
I don't think we need to relitigate it right now. It can happen in Discord after the fact.
Yeah.
Let's just focus on the players who are on finalist mode right now, because hey, they've been driving their hearts out tonight.
Yeah, that makes sense. But what I wanted to say is, just to finish that thought, you can really see the difficulty on this match for
absolutely.
every player, because
yeah.
everyone is kind of struggling on this. You're in the same boat. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, absolutely right. I mean, Raceland absolutely has been struggling the last few rounds, is having a rough time of it, despite hitting finalist earlier on this evening, has not managed to close it out just yet. Bolle, who was our third player, third player,
third.
after his brother, who has already managed to win the round, take first place, is also having a bit of a tough time in this round. So Morpeo is up front at the moment, just in front of 2 brand new finalists, Legu and Artis.
It's getting exciting.
It is getting exciting. Morpeo, basically the only player in this current top 3 who are starting to feel like our new top 3 on the last couple of rounds. The only one not to be finalist himself yet.
Yeah, that is for sure. And also, it could be Lego actually getting home with that second place. So Bolle could really be robbed.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's also in full control in this round, but he's 2 seconds. No, 1.1 second away, actually. So good comeback there from him. But great fight here between Morpeo and Lego. And it seems like Morpeo has woken up here from the dead and is finally finding some great rounds. I mean, a win in the previous round looked very nice for him. And now could theoretically win another one, but losing a bit of time there. Good approach there, and it is Legu in the lead right now. Mr. Jambe is the pronunciation. So it's called legs.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just literally just the French word for leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what would be legs?
Mr. Frenchman.
Same with an S. Literally just
Les
as
jambes.
the English way.
Yeah.
Les jambes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same pronunciation then, no?
Yes. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
French is.
So it's
But then
one
you
leg
do the,
and
you do the liaison,
two
like
leg.
you link
Yes.
the word after that.
the L.
Yeah, exactly. It's you slur the S into the next word if there's a
Les,
vowel.
les
Oh,
jambes.
dear.
Les jambes.
That was a full crash from Morpio.
Yeah.
Lego's going to come second.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually
Bola as well.
true. Wow.
Yeah.
And also
Wow.
Bola, stop playing. What is going on here? Maybe we can go
Wait.
into.
Lego's gonna win.
Yeah.
Never
wait,
mind.
okay. The comedic timing of that.
And look-
Absolute tier
look
comedy.
Who is in first? What are we witnessing here?
No, wait, hang on. Tada? Is this Tada?
Wait, who?
Ooh.
Artis is in finals, right?
Is Artis in fine? Padster, I need a scoreboard check.
Artist is finalist.
Artis, I need to go down. Artis is finalist. Tada is not finalist. Artis could come from absolutely nowhere to take second place, sitting in a pretty comfortable first place right now. Not the most comfortable we've seen, but half a second is okay
Wow.
at the moment. He has really come from nowhere. Lego's not giving up though. He is with the hounds of hell baying at his heels, racing down this track after Artis at the moment. And I think you still got to feel a little bit of pressure if you're Artis. There is still
Yes.
2.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes left in the track. And look at the push from Lego.
But also Lego, I mean, we just swapped the camera towards him in that moment when he made a mistake. He was so far ahead of everybody
Yeah.
else there. Everybody left, right, and center there. And then he now is really trying to push it. Like both Artis and Lego know that this might be the only opportunity
Yeah.
that they have during this weekend. I mean, Bolle in the mud, also Rayston in the mud in this round as well, and also Lego getting this landing across, and it looks to be Artis slowly but surely losing time, and it is Lego definitely having to be patient here. Oh, that was a very, very hesitant slide, but he's able to make it count, and also has more speed in this sector. 3 minutes left, and the time is ticking against Artis here, because Lego comes dangerously closer.
Yeah, I mean, to invoke a very old meme right now, this entire last minute and a half has felt very like, Artis, he's behind you. Oh God, he has AirPods in. He's not aware that Lego
Yeah.
is catching him, because Artis has just looked a little bit safe over the last little while.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
Because it was a big crash from Lego. Artis might have kind of assumed, like, yeah, I've got a little bit more time before I really need to push. Lego has driven like a demon, and it
Into a
catches
rock.
up with him. He hits the wall just there, but again, he's dropped down by what? I mean, 5/10, maybe? It's about 3/10. It's nothing.
He
He
gets
still
away
has
with
2
it.
minutes. He gets away with it. Absolutely. He's gotten away with it twice already in this round with the amount he had to push after that first crash that he had. And honestly, I'm not sure there's enough track left for Artis to feel safe just yet.
That is super shaky. I think they are both aware from the beginning that they are like in contention for the win, but they're just super shaky. I don't think none of them like expected
Yeah,
to be able to win. Or get third place.
Oh, and Artis with a slight mistake, but gets away with it,
Good
clips
speed.
there a little bit, and it's like it's dead even. But Artis getting a buck there, gets away with it.
Oh
Got
my
a
God.
small slowdown before that as well, makes that jump through, and it's 100th of a second, 5.5 minutes of driving, ladies and gentlemen. Artis versus Lego. We still have a lot of hard parts to be cleared here, and just keep.
Oh.
I think he clipped.
Did
though.
he hang a wheel?
Yeah.
Oh
He
yeah,
hung
he
a
wheel
Yeah.
hung. And now
Who was
Tada! Tada could get first and
Wait,
deny them.
wait, out of nowhere, off the top rope with the steel chair. There's too many people. This is a full WWE pay-per-view right now. Too many people are entering the ring. I cannot possibly be expected to keep up.
It's a Royal Rumble.
It's a Royal Rumble, but Artis is coming out.
Oh.
No, it's Tada. No, it's
It's the
Tada. He
scenario.
has clotheslined Artis. There's no way. There's no way. There's less than a minute of track left to go, and Tada is out into a clear first place. Here comes Legu. He's back, baby. And if there's
But
a crash
Tada-
from Tada, it's so over.
Is it though? Because
Is it?
Tada wasn't the fastest
Artis
here
is
on
still
this
here.
map all along. I think like catching up 0.7 to Tada is definitely something that is possible for the likes of Legu in particular, and also Artis. And he is not out on that one just yet. Keep in mind, Tada not finalist just yet. He needs to deny them, but this is not good speed for him going into that sector. 30 seconds left here, ladies and gentlemen, and half a second between them. This will be insanely close between all of them. Tada slowing down, hesitating a bit. He knows that he's first, but the lead is slowly but surely dwindling away, and it's only one car length. He gets overtaken here. Artis with a mistake. It's between Legu and Tada here for the ending. Legu with a great approach, but there's still the significant jump. jump left to be cleared. Tada is still in the lead, but he goes way too far, and it is Legu in the lead. Tada with a respawn, and Legu wins and gets second place.
He's going to get second place. Now listen, maybe he'll find an entirely new way to fall out of the track, but no,
What?
that's it. He rounds the final corner. It's onto this final straight through the gates of Atlantis. Legu is your second place player, making it onto the podium tonight. He put the hours in, he did the work, he trained the track, he took advantage when he needed to, and in this final round, he does manage to pick up second place.
Reminds me of Hazard on that one map where he got that third position on out of nowhere, getting that finalist mode very late on, and then he got third position. But in this case, it is second for Legu. Congratulations to him, and I think also you, Mitri, you said that Legu could get that top 3 position, no?
Is this how you
Yeah, he was
expected
in
it
my
to
top
happen,
3,
Mitri?
I think
And now,
I said Skandir, Ferry, Legu, right? Or maybe not Ferry, but Bola. No, I think it was Ferry.
It was one of the two brothers, absolutely.
Everybody's
interchangeable,
finalist,
right? I'm sure they're totally fine with us mixing up which one we were talking about.
by the way, everybody's finalists now, so we have 2 more rounds.
Guaranteed, yeah.
Or if Morpio wins, we have 3 more rounds.
If Morpio wins,
Oh, race, dude! Oh my god!
I do appreciate Morpio.
Rayston left. Like this meant, like he could have definitely still won the rounds.
No, he said on the previous round his controller is dying basically.
Oh no, that is so
really sorry, I did see that. It's
that is
just
so unfortunate.
preventing him from accelerating sometimes.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. I hope that he's able to resolve it for the next round.
He didn't even manage to get it done before he got enough money to buy a new controller.
No.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
So now it is Bolla's turn to finally close it out.
Iona with the advice, just play keyboard, bro. It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how well that should go after practicing a map, jumping over
Race the
keyboard
left.
forward. Yeah, I have to imagine that's unfortunately deeply frustrating. You know,
I'm so sad for him.
First. Yeah. Unlucky. Very, very disappointing for Raceland that is how the evening ends for him. But it does mean that, yeah, we still have 2 rounds left, including this one, before we finish up for the evening. Bola was the 3rd player to hit finalist mode and is now looking to be the 3rd player to make it out of finalist mode by winning a round as well. He's sitting a long way in front at the moment. Clear of RT. Sitting in 3rd place is Tada, who again, yeah, you're absolutely right, is also in finalist mode because everyone is at this point. So mistakes are so much more impactful now than they have felt at any other point of the evening.
Also, just think about how the evening started. Like, it was just a baller show, and then Ferry also came on top, and it was also, of course, Raceland, right? And now everybody is there. I mean, we've seen they were coming somewhat close to finalist mode, inevitably, if they collect points, right? But Archie's gets away with that, but now Bola has an even bigger lead. But I would have not anticipated it in any situation that those rounds would result in being that hectic, and we have everybody being in finals at the end, or a top 2 or even top 3 battle in this way. Yeah, that's insane.
Marathon, not a sprint, right? We called it right at the start, and it has most definitely turned out that way. Who can keep their focus at this point? Who can minimize the mistakes? To some degree, I mean, I'm kind of feeling Tada at this point as well, because he's the player who we saw from the start of the night was kind of driving in a slightly more safe way. He was looking to minimize mistakes early on. It's possible to me that he absolutely does sneak his way into the top 4 right now.
Yeah, this could definitely happen, and that could all come down to maybe it will be a 3-horse battle then eventually, right? If someone makes a mistake at the start, it will be 4 players, but I mean, let's just think about it. Morpio is like winning or something like that, then it will be a 3-horse battle for literally €100, which is crazy to see, and everything can happen there. I mean, also in this round, it feels like the Wild West.
Yeah. Absolutely, this top 3 are more than capable of any of them still winning this round. But Bola continues to hold this lead, has done so since very early on in the round, kind of 30-40 seconds in. He was already starting to pull out a 1 second plus lead, and he is looking very good with it at the moment. But Artis, pretty happily in 2nd place, has extended that 2nd place gap as well, further back to Tada, who is now 5 seconds, nearly a full 5 seconds behind the lead. Can Bola continue to hold it? Just needs to get it done. Just 3 more minutes, right? After everything you've gone through tonight, surely you can hold it together for another 3 minutes.
I mean, There's no way he crashes, right?
There's no fucking
Oh,
way.
guys, that really like I would just quote Vayne here from League of Legends. Release me from my pain. I think that's what she said, and I think that's what Vola is enduring right now as well.
I mean,
Because
to quote one of the great philosophers of our time, can't wake
Vayne,
up,
Vayne,
must wake
Vayne
up,
from League of Legends.
can't wake up inside.
Yeah. But was that from Vayne? Like, release me from? Can someone fact
I
check
don't know
that?
if that's vain. That feels more.
No,
I don't know.
I think it was Vayne. No.
I mean, to quote Urgot, a city choking in the Ken Baron's wastes. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
To just say something and to say it's this guy saying.
Turbo, I'm beginning to think we're running out of air in this room. To be
Yeah,
honest,
like maybe you've seen me like being a bit less active in comparison to the start of the stream, and maybe also
I
like
don't want to open the window too wide because we do have neighbors, and some people just live here full time, and this is just their home.
Yeah, it's a bit of a unique situation where we are situated right now, I would say, because this is like a student-ish apartment.
Co-living space.
Yeah, co-living space. Yeah.
Great prices.
Yeah.
€600 for a room for a year. You get so many amenities as well.
For a year.
For a year. Yeah.
600
Or,
euros.
sorry, no, €600 per month for a year.
I was like 4 years, dude. I'm gonna move here.
There's not an. You just all heard me say that there's not enough air left in this room. You had to know that.
You also have to pay for the air. It's the Ryanair.
Pay for the air. Yeah, it's the Ryanair model. €650 for a studio room. You get you get an extra full room for an extra €50 a month.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm moving to Vilnius. I don't know what the internet speed's incredible. Either way, Bulla has not crashed, even though we were yapping away. We've looked away just long enough to not cast or curse him. He has survived in the lead, just over a minute remaining on this track. And Mitry, I think he's gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna check
surely.
if I released them from their pain. I mean, that makes a lot more
there,
sense.
yeah, because she's a demon hunter. That tracks an awful.
Yeah, well, then he's just the victim of Vayne, right?
Well, no, Bola is going to release all of us from our pain. Not that it's been a painful evening, but it is getting.
Yeah, I released them from their pain. Yeah, this makes so much more sense. But yeah, I mean, the air is getting thin here, right? It's like summiting Mount Everest.
Side can't wake up, not enough air. That's how the song goes.
I'm gonna quote Ramos and say, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of meaning. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think that's the third place for Bolo. Yeah.
I do think that's the third place for Bolo. He's starting to look a little bit far in front right now. Let's see what the time is.
Yeah, I mean,
it's probably not going to be standout. We are at the point of the evening where it is getting drag your legs to the finish line kind of thing. Pick them up with both hands and move them one in front of the other if you need to, or whatever the Trackmania equivalent is. I guess hop out and start rotating the wheels by hand. Whatever it is, Bolo's got the knack of it. He is rounding what should be the final jump. He makes it cleanly, nice and safe this time around.
Not the incident.
No incidents this time around. I mean, his brother's not there, so he doesn't have to throw for content anymore and match fix a little bit at the final corner. Was not the case. It will not be the case in this round. Bola, congratulations, crossing the line in third overall. It was first in this round, of course, and he will take home the €150. Played really well all across the entire Nebula RPG Cup as well. Was very consistent. Over
I
the
agree.
weeks.
Yeah, very, very nice performance from Bola here, and we go into one last decisive round here by the looks of it. So good job to Bola. I mean, could have been much more possible. Could have definitely taken the trophy home, but at least a third position finish.
Feels okay.
It feels okay, and as you said, very good season for him here, and in general over those 6 playing days that we have had. So good to see that Bola performing, showing up, and also getting a third place finish in the end. And let's go into maybe the last round, unless Morpio is going to win.
I'll be honest, Morpio, if you do not DNF this first round immediately off the start line, I may become the Joker. It's gonna be fine. I do have to ask, Aona did say in Twitch chat, Tada's not started. Uh-oh. Now, is Tada aware that is everyone else aware that we're playing for 4th place? Guys, we're playing for 4th place. There is €100 on the line right now.
Wait. So Skandir is not there.
Yeah.
And also Rayson is not there.
That's true. So it is Tada, Morpio, and...
Wait.
Yes, Tada. Yep, we're playing till 4th. Also, Twitch chat, we are playing for 4th place. There is €100 on the line for 4th place. And we are just double checking that everyone's ready. It is, hey, look, there's basically 2 people left. It's between Artis and Tada for the €100.
Yeah, but then we might have someone.
No, Morpio wouldn't do that to me. Morpio wouldn't do that to me. No. Scanner's back, baby. Oh,
Bro, there's no.
it would be a really funny time. Scandir, all right, listen, I know you're in chat a little bit. Scandir, it'd be really funny to start racing properly now.
It would be fucking hilarious. Imagine Scandir winning 3 rounds, but then Morpio winning 1 round, and then Scandir again.
Yeah, Scandir, you have the possibility to do the funniest possible thing here.
Oh wait, no, just Scandir not winning now. I mean, it doesn't matter. And what
Scandir is confused about how he was even in the server, to be clear.
He's the gold retriever here. He's just happy to
he's
be here.
genuinely confused about how his car was on the start line there.
He was on TMNF.
He was on TMNF.
Also,
it's a ghost.
Okay, so Scandi, I have a serious question. Did you already finish a map in the discovery event in the Keki? Because Keki said it.
That's very important. Yeah, there's a lot riding. Oh, Stada is going to full clip on the inside here. A little bit rough for him. Again, 100 euro on the line. If Morpio, as the event organizer, wins this round, we will be playing one more round of Atlantis. We just get to enjoy our time in the Nebula RPG Cup just a little bit longer. But as it stands, we may just have 6 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and maybe another full round after that if Morpio decides to take this one home. And right now, this looks very much the case because he finds himself in the lead. So what could be a dream could become reality here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna drink something real quick.
Yeah, that's probably fair. There's no one left.
I'm gonna go for that one.
Okay. He's going to the tap. If anyone hears the sound of the tap in the background, don't worry about it. It is just Turbo sticking his entire head under there. It'll be fine. We're wrapping things up here. We're getting towards the end of it. It is a very important round, but it is now 11 o'clock in Vilnius. And Mitry, I gotta be honest, I think this side of the broadcast we're starting to fade a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Same here. I woke up pretty early today and did like a shit ton of stuff. So I was also like, my girlfriend sent me a message 10 minutes ago. I'm going to bed. Good night.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
I don't know
We're
if my
all
girlfriend
tired.
sent me any messages in the last 2 hours because I haven't been able to check Discord. It's so sad. Or texts or wherever else. I don't know. Maybe she's contacted me somewhere. Maybe I'm just ignoring her and I'm the terrible partner in this situation. Either way, I'm sure it's fine.
I feel that, but I was able to respond, right?
Well, must be nice.
Yeah. Also, do we still go outside after this?
Yeah, we're going out drinking after this for sure. No,
I'm coming, guys. By the way.
Yeah, Mitry's heading to the airport right now. Asher, come along for the last night of Comic-Con Baltics. It'll be good fun. I'm definitely hitting the pub tomorrow night, even if I have to leave at like 4 a.m. for my flight.
We're just gonna make an all-nighter then.
That might be the play, honestly. Oh, we'll see. We'll see how it goes when we get there. But Artis has overtaken Morpio. Hold! Wait a second! It took me a second to parse what that means, but it means that we could be in the final round. I mean, this is a really good battle between the two of them. And like, two players who have played each other in so many competitions before as well. Like, they definitely are aware of each other. They know the playstyles and doing it now. After 2 hours, I mean, if we're tired on the broadcast, I do feel for the players who have now been locked in for the last 2 hours trying to get this done. I mean, locked into varying degrees at different times, for sure, for different players. But Artis and Morpio are currently having an incredible fight in this potentially last round of the Cup.
Think about that. Eliud Kipchoge finished a marathon in that time whilst we were casting. Like, that is over 42 kilometers that you were just going on your own.
Bro, if I'm in my car, I can finish that in like a couple of minutes.
And those can finish it within 1 round.
Yeah, a couple of minutes, Padster. I'm asking you not to question the maths. It's too late at night for that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, I was looking at...
Can you also do it blindfolded?
Yeah, I could probably do it blindfolded. It might be safer to do it blindfolded. At that point, honestly. Oh, what a vacuum. That's a great flip from Artis. Really good landing. Landing quickly, carrying a lot of speed out of the flip as well. Still holding off Morpio, 3 minutes to go in the map. Surely one of them's going to crash at some point as well. I mean,
I hope it will be Morpio. But
listen, I don't want it to happen. I would prefer that we get a very close final round. This has been an incredible cup. I mean, it's been so much fun to watch along the way as well. I'd love to see it get a final round that it deserves as well. But there is a small clip there from Morpio. I did mean it more in the sense that, like, this is an incredibly tight battle. They are both pushing. They have been driving for 2 hours. Surely there's a minor lapse in concentration at some point. And frankly, it's incredible. that there
It's incredible,
hasn't
yeah.
been.
I agree. Like over 2 hours of driving, and they're just driving next to each other in all of those sectors. And yeah, of course, if it's one more round or less, it doesn't even matter at this point. I think we're so deeply invested already that we are just taking that round anyway. And it would also be good to see it happening between Artiste and Tada, who played outstandingly good in this tournament. I have to say that Tada was so close of taking it home, and I think we've seen a slowdown there from Artiste. Is he able to clear that jump here cleanly? Ooh, this looks very close, but he makes it across, goes to the speed check, and now he still finds himself lead, but only by 0.3 of a second. So good to see that from Artiste. And, well, Morpio coming closer. So this is the close round that you were anticipating.
Yeah, this is what we were looking for. I mean, it's exciting. We've had a lot of close rounds tonight. I mean, starting off tonight, we had some incredibly close rounds, even towards the end here. I mean, Terry's winning round was very exciting along the way. Two crashes from the top two as well caused some serious drama in that one. Throughout the entire Nebula RPG Cup, I mean, we had some incredible rounds as well along the way. Again, going back to rounds that I watched, Bren's world record in the final round of a rounds mode week of it was really fun to watch. Just the entire way through. All of the maps have been absolutely incredible. I mean, all of the mappers I think have done an incredible job for this competition. I mean, on the admin side, Morpeo and Ashepta have both done an incredible job of actually getting things running every week too. Everyone has worked behind the scenes to make this happen. All the players who have turned up to make it what it is as well. It has been a pleasure to be involved with the entire way along. But right now, it does look like Artiste is far enough away from anyone else that he will be claiming the fourth and final spot in the prize money for the Nebula RPG Cup Grand Finals. It's been a journey for all of these players to get here as well. Artiste, one of the players who qualified through Time Attack for this week. I mean, himself and Legu, both players that made it through the Time Attack to get in on this Grand Finals as a whole. And both of them making it into this top four as well. Final jump cleared for Artiste. Just needs to round the final couple of corners. Mitry is in chat in-game trying to jinx him. Just by hitting him with the early GG. It's not worked out. Artiste rounds the final corner into the gates of Atlantis one final time. And that will be that. Artiste takes home fourth place, takes home €100. And it's well deserved.
Yeah, but I have to agree with the words that you just said. Like, this was an amazing competition. €5,000 of prize money. Like, casually dropping in here from Accepta and also from the loser of this round, unfortunately, Morpio. But I mean, we would have had another round coming up after this. But yeah, thank you so much also for like asking me to cast it on. It was an absolute pleasure
for covering me.
The pinnacle at the end being that we are sitting here in Vilnius at 11 p.m. still casting alongside with Mitry. I just want to see the before after as well. But thank you so much. It was an amazing competition. And well, at the end, it can only be one person winning it, and it is Ferry.
Yeah, everybody's staring at my cleavage, and it's making me uncomfortable. Everybody go home. Leave me alone. Thank you very much for everyone who's been involved. Just don't jump. It's going to be fine. Thank you very much to everyone who has been involved. Mitry, thank you very much. You've been here the longest of anyone, done the most over the course of the broadcast of these weeks. Do you have anything you'd like to say at the end of the broadcast?
Actually, yeah. You guys, the viewers, go in the Discord in the hashtag feedbacks and give feedbacks, because if you want to see anything similar in the future, that's where you want things to happen.
Yeah, Nightbot did just post a link to the Discord as well, so very easy to click on there. Hopefully the link's not expired. If it is, somebody let me know very, very quickly, or else we're getting out of here. Yeah, I mean, look, it's been an incredible ride the entire way along, as Turbo said. Been a great fun on the broadcast on all sides of it as well. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing more RPG content in the future.
Likewise.
And if it doesn't happen, we'll always have the memories we made along the way anyway. So that's the note that we're going to leave things on for tonight anyway. Thank you so much, everyone who has watched. Couldn't have happened without the players, couldn't have happened without the viewers, but most especially, it could not have happened without the admins. So thank you, Morpio. Thank you, Ashepta. Thank you, I don't know, little baby Jesus.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Padster. Also, you were here tonight. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good one. Goodbye from Vilnius. Adieu. Adieu.